live. We are live officially. Hopefully you guys can hear us right now. Welcome into Week 11 live stream. Week 11, right? I'm not wrong on that. As
No, you are correct. It is week 11.
Week 11 rushing in the nick of time as I see Stafford's first throw. Incomplete pass. Going to be 2nd and 10 for the Rams. But welcome into a watch along. Rams, Seahawks, such a huge game this week. I mean, I think the biggest game of the year. Am I overstating it by saying that? As Stafford drops back to pass and almost throws an incompletion, but finds Xavier Smith for a catch. It's going to be 3rd down for the Rams. You'll see a flag on the play. Where are you at on your screen, Josh?
I'm right there with you.
Perfect.
I'm seeing the flag right now. So we are pretty close. Finally,
There we go.
got the delay a bit fixed. Manuel in chat saying, "Here we go." What's up, Manuel? Yeah, good catch there by Xavier Smith. Now we got 3rd and short coming up. Obviously, as you said, Josh, huge game for both of these teams. Really, both fighting for the 1 seed. That was the main focus of my last video. Really, we're talking about how this can really change the NFL landscape as a whole, with this game really putting some love onto West Coast football, which deserves it because these two teams have been really the best two throughout the entire league so far.
I agree 100%. I mean, like you said, just absolutely huge. It's really going to tell the NFL like who is the best team in the NFC West. I said this in my videos this week, but also arguably who's the best team in the NFC, maybe even the whole NFL. I mean, this is really that big of a game, and I don't think it's being hyped up enough in my mind. But I think the Rams always don't get as much hype as I think they should personally. As Kyren Williams breaks off for a incredibly huge run here, going down within the red zone on a nice run to the right. Those black jerseys, I'm sorry. I know I posted on my video talking about it this week, and all the comments were saying how they hated these jerseys. The field looks so nice. The jerseys look great. I like them. I'm a fan.
They do. They look really good, and you're right. Kyren now, as I'm seeing the Rams get back to the line of scrimmage here, what a great blocking too from the O-line, which I said was going to be key. This O-line, we saw DeMarcus Lawrence. We talked about it all last stream while we were score watching some other games.
Yeah.
That the Seahawks, DeMarcus Lawrence with 2 defensive touchdowns, and for the Rams to really hold on to the football, and they're doing that so far. The big news: Devontae Adams is out there for the offense, as is Kobe Turner for the defense. So 2 big additions for the Rams, not losing anybody in their starting line. 1st and 10 here at around the 20-ish yard line for this Rams team. There's 3 seconds left on the play clock. Stafford hands it off to Kyren again. Why not do it twice? Kyren needing to pick up around 4 or 5 there to the 13-yard line. Going to be 2nd down, and I believe 6 for this Rams.
You mentioned
for this Rams
Adams.
team.
I'm happy about that. I was nervous about my receiving core, my fantasy team this week, if I didn't have Devontae Adams. So excited to see him out there on the field, as I actually see might be ahead of you again, Josh. Unfortunately, I thought we had it timed up better, but Kyren Williams on 2nd and 6, incomplete pass as Eman Wari with a nice play on the football. Stafford throwing out to the flat doesn't make the completion. So we're going to go into 3rd and 6 here for the Rams. Really good start so far on this drive, but at the same time, you want to see them get into the end zone, not just kick a field goal here. So 3rd and 6, huge 3rd down here, as Manuel says, "What's up? Here we go, family." My family actually corrects that himself and says Ramily. 3rd and 6, Stafford in the shotgun. He's going to go snap this ball here. No one in the backfield with him. He fakes right, throws right to Kyren Williams, who, I mean, an incredible tackle to somehow, some way keep him inches short of the 1st down. I mean, it really should have been a 1st down here for Kyren. He doesn't get it. So it's going to be 4th and very, very short.
I'm seeing the catch now, so I'm going to tell you my thought of it. We are closer than we were before, for sure, in terms of the time. That is a 1st down. That's an awful call. That is a 1st down.
Close. It's a 1st down, though. I agree with you. It's a 1st down. Horrible spot. I'd be surprised if the Rams do challenge it, though. It's 4th and 1, 1st quarter, 12 minutes to go.
Should.
They do end up giving an end around to Puka Nacua, and he's slowing down because there is a flag on the play, and it's a red one. It's not going to be a yellow flag. It's a red flag. You see Sean McVay go ahead and put that red flag back in his pocket. He's challenging that 1st down, or that 3rd and 6 catch by Kyren, and I think this one should be overturned. Clear cut. The ball crosses that marker just barely. Even if you want to say it's 4th and inches, maybe, but not 4th and a whole yard like they originally had it. STL fan says, I love the jerseys. They are sick looking wary. Puka rivalry jersey for the game. Oh, you looking sick? Wary Puka. I'm trying to figure out what you were. Oh, wearing. Wearing Puka rivalry jersey for the game. Wow, that's incredible. You already have the rivalry jersey yourself.
Yeah.
STL fan. That's fire. I like that. And then TD says, go Rams from Nebraska. Appreciate you. Shout out to all the Nebraska fans out there, St. Louis fans out there. Always appreciate you guys. We're watching from rainy Los Angeles. How was it for you this week, Josh? Was it rainy for you out there in where you're at?
It was, yeah. It stopped at around 3:30 though, so I was actually able to get a nice. It was cold, but an evening walk in last night, and today it's actually pretty sunny here where I'm at. But going back to the challenge, hopefully everyone in the greater Southern California area was able to stay safe from the rain this weekend. Might be more coming, so make sure you're looking at your local weather forecast for that. But for this challenge, I do agree with you, Josh. It's a first down. We've been seeing the replay, obviously TV timeout right now, but yeah, that's a first down. That's an awful spot. I don't know if you were watching a red zone at all earlier, but the refs missed a very obvious face mask on Travis Homer in the Bears game. So the refs this week have not been off to a good start here so far, as we're going to do a score check of these early games that have already happened. Some still finishing up. Right now, we have the Jaguars dominating the Chargers 35-6. I was seeing a little bit of that on Red Zone. Bears beat the Vikings. And then the Texans come back from down 6-0, beat the Colts. And the Bills are up 44-32 on the Falcons. The Bucks, excuse me. And the Bills look to win that game, only a minute left. Steelers crushing the Bengals. Bengals season pretty much over now with this loss. So not the best football early on. I mean, Panthers have the ball 2nd and goal here against the Falcons. As we have one of our coworkers from Digest Media putting in our chat that he likes the black unis. We appreciate that already. And if you're not subscribed to any other Digest Media football channels and you want to be, make sure to do so as well, or any other channels as well. They have over, I believe, 70-ish different channels for you. So, if you're a Rams fan here, you're a Lakers fan, we got Lakers. Dodgers, we got everything over here. Isn't that right, Josh?
Yeah, 100%. We got a whole lot, especially in Los Angeles, a whole lot of channels on the Rams Digest Media kind of circuit, I guess you can say. So they're taking a while here on this replay.
Yeah, they are.
They brought in one of the special commentators, the ref commentators, to speak on it. So I'm assuming they may actually call this one a 4th down. It is 4th down at a 4th and a yard. Again, not inches like I thought it would be. So 4th and 1 here. Stafford under center. He goes ahead and fakes the handoff to Kyren to his right. Fakes to Tyler Higbee, and then throws it way behind Tyler Higbee. It's going to be a turnover on down. Stafford pats his chest and said, that's my bad, as a defender was in his face, so he tried to fake the defender out, and I think trying to get around the defender, he threw that ball into the dirt or into the turf, and Devontae was wide open in the corner, not really sure how Stafford missed him. But again, the defense was a little bit in Stafford's face. And just a miscue there, and it's gonna be a weird, wonky division rivalry game, right? Those rivalry uniforms are out there for a reason. It's a division rival. This is what's gonna happen. It feels like, right? The Rams have been hitting on all cylinders, and then you see on their first drive, pretty great drive, looking like the normal Rams offense that we've known and loved all year long. Yet they end up turning over on downs in the red zone. So.
That was not a good end to that drive for the Rams. That was a weird miscue there from Stafford.
Agreed.
That we haven't really seen these last couple weeks, really, since earlier on in that Ravens game. He's been great since then. And now, this is what I said, protecting the football, Josh. One of my big keys here now for this Seahawks offense. Obviously, got to look out for how they're going to cover JSN. Looks to be a heavy dosage of Emmanuel Forbes on him. As Darnold on 1st and 10. Goes to JSN. They were kind of playing soft coverage there as Kitchens gets him down. Going to be 2nd and 3. I didn't like the way that they were playing soft coverage on him early on there.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely going to be the key to look at here. You cannot let guys like Jackson Smith-Njigba and company just get open, easy catches in front of you, because they're going to make you miss eventually, as their run game also hasn't been playing super well, fantasy-wise at least. I know this because I have Kenneth Walker in one of my fantasy leagues. But they are still a dangerous run game, to say the least. So right there on their second down run, easy first down for Kenneth Walker. And the Seahawks are going hurry up here. So they're already under center. Sam Darnold 1st and 10 at about the 21-yard line. He is barking out signals. He has Kenneth Walker in the backfield. He snaps the ball, fakes to Walker, looks to his left, pressure up the middle, has to throw an interception to Cam Kitchens. Cam Kitchens running it back to 20, the 10, the 5, knocked out of bounds by Sam Darnold. Interception, Rams on the first drive. And my audio's low. I'll try to see if I can fix that for you, Manuel.
I'm going to see this interception right now. Josh looks to fix that.
Cam Kitchens, Sam Darnold, you get the pressure in his face, and he is going to turn the ball over as Kobe Turner just relentless up the middle. Maybe Kobe Turner, maybe someone else. Cam Kitchens, interception, avoids a tackle from Kenneth Walker. The Rams are going to get this football within 5 yards, and we're seeing Kobe Durant in coverage on Cooper Kupp. A little bit of holding maybe, but we're going to go ahead and ignore that for the interception.
Yeah, great play. And great play from Kitchens. Yeah, the pressure there. That was a mixture of people there. Cam Kitchens, I will say, though, getting knocked out of bounds by the quarterback, not a good look, I'll be honest. But besides that, pretty good as they're showing the replay. Ooh. That was definitely holding.
Blake Corum.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, that was a bad ball from Darnold. He was on his back foot, but that is definitely holding. But hey, ref didn't see it. They gave us a bad call. They gave them a bad call. So now we're even.
Blake Corum on the 1st and goal run, he ends up being just short of the goal line, gets hit pretty hard there. So it's going to be 2nd and goal for the Rams at the 1-yard line. They got to score a touchdown here any way possible. They snap, give it to Blake Corum, who's stuffed again on the goal line. This Seattle defense is no joke.
Yes.
We talk about this all week long. They are a big, strong, physical defense. They are going to stuff the run when they get a chance. If they're all beefed up right there on the line like that, it's tough to call another run, especially to Blake Corum. Now, Kyren's obviously, Kyren and Corum are amazing, but I prefer maybe going to Kyren there, but it's all good. 3rd and goal here at the 1. You got to get a touchdown. You cannot.
Yeah, it looks like DeMarcus Lawrence on that stop there, along with Murphy as well. And on defense, by the way, 2 former Rams, linebacker Ernest Jones, and corner who the Rams waived this offseason, Darion Kendrick, who's had a couple interceptions for them. Ernest Jones not really in on that play, neither was Kendrick. But the Seahawks defense so well-rounded. I talked about Eman Mori in my video. He's been a stud rookie for them over the last few weeks.
In a game where you have Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Tyler Higbee, you go 3 times to Blake Corum, and he gets stuffed all 3 times. 3rd and goal, he gets stuffed again. I don't understand going to Blake Corum 3 straight times. Maybe throwing Kyren in there would have been a different look, possibly, but the blocking wasn't there at all for either back. So we'll see what they do here. I wouldn't be surprised if they kick it. They are going to say, you know what? This is a rivalry game. We got the black unis out here. We cannot get stuffed again. It's going to be a pass play most likely here on 4th and goal. And Stafford says, never mind. Timeout. Don't like the look. Let me talk about this one. So 4th and goal here. 2nd timeout here for the Rams already because remember they challenged that Kyren first down. So lost the challenge. Now you're down to 1 timeout. It's still 8 minutes and 41 seconds to go in this first quarter. I'm holding my microphone, by the way, if you guys see anything popping up here. I'm trying to make sure I'm as loud as I possibly can be. Let me know if I'm too loud, by the way, Manuel. Manuel says, like this video if you like the interception. That's my Joshua Finehirsh impersonation.
Hey, thank you, Manuel. I appreciate you. You know what? I didn't even think to say it yet. So you actually beat me to it. But you all should listen to Manuel. You should like this video. And for those 3 plays for the Rams, besides the first play, I hated the last 2 plays.
Yeah, me too.
You can't run the same thing every time. And at the 1, I mean, at least put in Kyren. Maybe you do a Wildcat with Puka or something if you're going to try to run it, but you can't do the same thing.
No, it's Giron and Corum, and so I don't love force-feeding them. They force-feed Kyren this time, and Kyren, with the receiver spread out, the Seattle Seahawks say, there's no way you run the ball again, and Kyren Williams says, I'll take it in for a touchdown this time around. So they really kind of caught Seattle off guard. I think Seattle fully anticipated a pass play there, and Kyren took advantage of the holes. Great blocking by your offensive line. Kyren Williams Touchdown Rams. Sorry, I know it sounded like I was kind of like gonna maybe.
Yeah, that's why I put my head down. I was like, oh, because I saw it like right as you were ending your explanation. I was like, oh man, and he got it again. Though I don't get the four straight run play. It worked this time because
Works.
they thought no way.
It
Good
worked.
chip block there from Higby on DeMarcus Lawrence, by the way. But I mean, you got in, you got your six. Obviously, there's been a lot of missed extra points today throughout the league. I don't know if you've been seeing that, but hopefully, Harrison Mevis continues his hot streak from last week.
Yeah, he does make the kick. The kick is up and good. It's going to be really tough, by the way. Speaking on Harrison Mevis for just a second, I said this in my video yesterday. Like, unless Harrison Mevis just simply doesn't, make some huge mistakes over the next couple weeks, as long as he makes his kicks and goes as close to 100% as possible, I think it might be his job. We'll have to wait and see on what they do with Josh Riccardi if that is the case. But yes, touchdown Rams. Not pretty, not pretty by any stretch of the imagination. This Seattle defense stuffed you 3 times, but the Rams punch it in anyways. Finally, with Kyren Williams. Got people in the chat here. You want to read off some of these chats, Josh? Go ahead and pop them
Yeah.
out for us.
So we got Hyena Eats saying, "Goddamn McVay." Yeah, I understand why you're saying that. St. Louis Rams fans is never mind touchdown. Yeah, you faked us all out there, Josh. And Hyena Eats said it should have been Williams all 3 plays. I understand what you mean by that, but there just should have been a pass play mixed in with those 3 plays. And T Diddle said, "TD Rams." There we go with the play on your own username. And Manuel is saying, "I'm wearing my Midnight Williams uniform." You guys already got the uniforms. I mean, fair play to you. I haven't been able to get my hands on any of those lately for sure. Just yeah, I want to though. I want to. Probably gonna get Puka, maybe a Jared Verse potentially as well. We got to see though.
Yeah, 100% there. Overall, look, the I think the offense looked pretty good on both times they had the football. Interesting play calling for sure. Kind of head scratcher a little bit. Juan says, "Hey, sorry I'm late, but what's up? What's up, Juan? No worries, I'm being late. You just missed the Kyren Williams touchdown. Other than that, we're all golden here. So far, offense and defense, right? The Rams look pretty good on offense, running the football pretty well. Kyren broke off for a big run earlier. You see, it is what it is. Kind of weird to run it back and forth 3 times, but you do get the touchdown ultimately on the 4th attempt on 4th and goal with Kyren Williams. And then defensively, you put some pressure a little bit up the middle, especially on Sam Darnold already. And no, he wasn't sacked, but you put that pressure up the middle. He kind of fades back a little bit, takes off his back foot, kind of throwing a fadeaway throw up to Cooper Kupp, just kind of a prayer, and Cam Kitchen's able to intercept that football. So offense and defense looking really strong so far for the Rams, but still a lot of game left to play, of course. Not anticipating this to be an easy one, but so far so good from the Rams side of things.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Obviously, the interception was key. I was talking about that in my video on Friday where I was saying they could force Sam Darnold into some interceptions. The O-line is better than what he had in Minnesota, but I do think this Rams pressure, they got to Sam Darnold both games against the Vikings last year. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to be able to do some of the same things that these other teams haven't been able to do. My score pick for this game was 24-20 Rams. Josh, what was yours?
Mine was 27-24 Rams, so we both had a pretty close game. I mean, if the Rams can continue to play like they just played right now in this first 4 minutes of play, I think it could be a little bit different. I'm not going to say anything crazy yet. It's still early in this game, but the Rams looking pretty dominant early here. As you see this D-line ready to attack Sam Darnold, that's my goal here. Slow down the run still, of course, but getting to the quarterback is the goal for this Rams defense. As Sam Darnold sends a guy in motion under center, fakes the handoff to Kenneth Walker, rolls to his right, finds Jackson Smith-Njigba for a first down at about the 46-yard line, 47-yard line or so. So 1st and 10, Sam Darnold, play action. Nice little throw over the middle to Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Yeah, seeing, I just saw the end of that throw here. Yeah, just again, the defense on JSN is not what I wanted to see. He's wide open. He's literally, no one was around him. Just a free, 13, 14 yards on that, almost to midfield already there. And it's not what you want to see at all. I mean, Sam Darnold's going to find JSN, unless if, your plan for the Rams is to stop everyone else and you let JSN get 200 yards, then maybe. But besides that, I don't really see why you're playing soft coverage on him really at all.
Yeah, Kobe Durant here in coverage on the 1st and 10. I mean, incredible stiff arm. A little embarrassing from Kobe Durant right now. You'll see it. He just gets
Oh,
driven into the ground for another first
oh,
down, but he's playing 12 yards off. So
oh.
it's a quick and easy, like just a screen, not a screen, but like a quick and easy, just like a hitch route, I guess you could say. He doesn't even run a route. He just catches the ball behind the line of scrimmage. And JSN, because Kobe Durant is playing 12 yards off, just easy first down for him as they're going to pitch this ball out here. Nate Landman gets a nice run stop. It's going to be 2nd and 8 or so. Rashid Shaheed on the rushing attempt. Game break here on NFL on Fox. Looks like Brock Purdy throws a 30-yard touchdown pass to George Kittle. The 49ers are already up 13-0 on the Arizona Cardinals. Dexter says go Niners. That's crazy timing, Dexter.
That is. We have a chosen in chat as well saying who's covering JSN?
Kobe Durant.
Very good question. I can't tell you right. I mean, it should have been Kobe Durant, but Kobe Durant got he got sunned by someone who's like the same size, which is even worse.
Sam Darnold in shotgun drops back to pass, looks to his left, almost finds Rashid Shaheed, throws it a little bit behind him. So it's gonna be 3rd and 8 for the Seattle Seahawks. A little bit of talk trashing from Shaheed and this defense. 3rd and 8, 6:40 to go. Rams up 7-0 in this first quarter.
Yeah, this is a key stop here. I mean, the Seahawks borderline field goal range are at the 39, around a 55-ish yard field goal. So I would assume if they don't get this, they are going to kick. Is their kicker still Jason Myers? Right?
So,
or did they change kickers?
As Sam Darnold is in the shotgun. Myers, pretty good kicker. We'll see if this is good enough range for him. Darnold in the shotgun, no one in the backfield. 4-man rush for the Rams. Darnold throws it. It's caught by Cooper Kupp. He's going to run it into the end zone just in case, but he should be down by contact. We're going to have to wait and see if he even caught this football. Touchdown on the play for now, but I think he's either down by contact or maybe he didn't even catch this ball at all. He did not catch this football. This ball hits the ground. It's going to be incomplete. 4th and 8 for the Seahawks. Cooper Kupp trying to get a easy one here as he tried to pretend he caught this ball and ran it in for a touchdown. It's going to be incomplete, and it's going to be 4th and 8.
Yeah, not even. Again, I don't know how the ref called that a catch. That was a bounce ball. How do you not see the ball bounce before it goes into his hand?
I got a little thing to say about refs, by the way. I want to kind of run this by you. Something that happened in the Lakers-Bucks game. I want to see if you saw that on social media at all. We'll talk about that in a second. As it is Jason Myers with the kick here. He's lining up for his field goal. He's 81% on the year, 17 for 21. It's a 57-yard attempt.
Oh, wow.
Jason Myers drops back to kick. Kick is up. Kick is good. And it's going to be 7-3. Great kick there from Jason Myers. 7-3 Rams. But really good, I think, drive there for the Rams on defense. You don't like the JSN easy catch and run. You got to play a little bit up on him a little bit. But it's also scary, right? You don't want him running down the field past your cornerbacks and catching a touchdown over their head. So you kept everything in front of you. It is 7-3 Rams in this one.
Yeah, that's what you needed to do. You needed to hold the defense there. You needed the defense to hold the Seahawks offense to 3. That's exactly what you did. And yeah, that kick might have been good from 65. That had a lot on it. Barely curls it in towards that right upright. It is now going to be 7-3 Rams getting the ball back. The JSN coverage needs it to get better, though. But going over some more storylines here as we get into this commercial break. I wrote this down as more of a question: is how often can the Rams use 13 personnel on this elite defense? Because we know that this defense is going to be ready to play the Rams. I talked about the Niners with Robert Saleh. They just had so many injuries that they couldn't overcome it. But the Seahawks defense is healthy and it's elite. That they've really kind of shut down everyone they played, really, besides Tampa Bay, is really the only team that really had an explosive offensive game on them. So I'm really interested to see how often they'll be able to stay using 13 personnel.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we talked about this earlier last week, especially, and I saw on social media someone breaking it down, kind of that 13 personnel, especially in the red zone, I think, was kind of beautiful to see them run that 13 personnel, yet, kind of basically find different ways to score out of it, whether that was forcing the ball a little bit to Devontae Adams on the inside, kind of gave it to him on the outside as well after the safety came over to help, and then you find a way to run the football as well and score a rushing touchdown in 13 personnel, all three ways. So pretty impressive stuff there for the Rams in 13 personnel. You definitely want to see more of it.
Yes.
Chosen saying my mic sounds pretty low. I'll try my best to see if I can fix it. I don't like messing with anything during the stream, but I'll try my best to see if I can fix it. I'm trying to hold my mic and talk into it, so hopefully that helps a little bit. But speaking on refs, I wanted to ask you, Josh, if you saw the refs in the Bucks-Lakers game. Adu Tiero, he's like a rookie for the Lakers, scores his first NBA points. And the refs in Milwaukee didn't want to give him the ball. They didn't want to give the Lakers the ball. A basketball that costs probably at most $100. They didn't want to give him the ball, and it took Giannis Antetokounmpo to come over and give the ball to the Lakers. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. We know Giannis had the same thing happen in Indiana. I'm sure a lot of people remember that when he had a 60-point game. They didn't want to give him the ball. I think it was in the Pacers team that didn't want to give him the ball, so that's a bit different. But, yeah, the ref, come on.
It's ridiculous, honestly.
It is. It's like I'm sure that the balls themselves, I'm sure they're a little more higher quality than a ball we would buy to play with for fun, but like even still, like it's not like it's a designer basketball. It's a Spalding basketball. Like, just give him the ball. It's like he scored. Like if he didn't do anything with it and he was just like, I just want the ball for my debut, I'd be like, all right. But his first points, like you gotta let that happen. Wow, he got blasted. Xavier Smith just got blasted on that kick return. Wow.
Yeah, definitely a hard hit from the Seattle Seahawks special teams unit. But the Rams will come out with the football. 6:26 to go in this first quarter. The Rams up 7-3. First and 10 from about the 26-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Kyren Williams, who breaks off a couple of tackles and goes down for a first down and more, about a 15-yard gain on the play. There is a flag on the play, of course.
Yeah, probably going to be holding here as I'm looking at it. Definitely going to probably push the Rams back here. We'll see exactly what the call is. Nice running between the tackles by Kyren. Let's see, what did they call this here? It is holding. And it is on the offense. Yes, this will be on Colby Parkinson. Parkinson, the one called for the hold. We are going to have second down and long. Let's see the replay. That's very close. I don't know about that one.
First and 20 here for the Rams. They run a screen pass to the tight end, of course. It gets a first down. It was first and 20. I mean, now going to be another first down for the Rams, first and 10. Incredible play from Tyler Higbee there.
Yeah, good for Higbee. Rams have gotten these tight ends more involved. Just nobody really over there. Yeah, Tyler Higbee easily able to get this for first down here. Good play call there from McVay. Rams get out of the deep in their own territory. They got all the room to work with now with a 7-3 lead, hoping to add a little more here before the end of the quarter.
Exactly. As Stafford under center, hands off now to Kyren Williams, who, by the way, has been having himself a pretty good game. I know they just called back that last play, which was a huge gain for him. But, a couple bursts that we have not really seen as of late from Kyren, looking pretty good so far in this game. 2nd and 7 now for the Rams. Approaching the 50-yard line. It's going to be 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this first quarter. You like to see them run the football. Got the camera on Davante Adams right now. Would love to see him get some catches coming up here on this drive. Stafford under center, barking out some calls. He has a receiver, Xavier Smith, in motion, bottom of the screen. He goes ahead and hands it off to Kyren Williams yet again, up the middle, who gains about 5 or maybe 4 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down for the Rams here. I love the way that
really leading into the run game early, which I like. I would like to see them get Devontae and Puka a bit more involved here, as they really haven't even had any targets yet so far.
None at all to speak of. So very interesting there from the offense, because the receivers are really the strength of this offense. You love to see Kyren and Quorum, but for them to force feed them is kind of interesting. So we'll see here on this 3rd and 4. Probably going to be a pass here, as there's no back in the backfield with Stafford. 3 receivers up top. 2 to the bottom of his screen. He does find Puka Nacua, who breaks off a couple of tackles, spins around for a first down. Going to be about 10-yard catch on the play after a great catch and run from Puka Nacua.
Seeing this play right now here. Yeah, not too much time, and good tackle attempt there. I believe that was by Bryant. And Puka able to spin away for the first down, as you said, with the celebration. That was needed, I think, for this offense. You could tell Puka was really excited after that catch. I don't know if you saw pregame, but I saw on Instagram Puka was playing catch warm-up with Cooper Kupp pregame. Did you see that clip?
I did not see that, unfortunately, as this 1st and 10 play is going to go to Colby Parkinson, who ends up getting down to nearly another first down. This Rams offense is rolling. STL Rams fan says Stafford for MVP. Manuel says, for me personally, I would much rather have the offensive lines hold and not let the defense hit the quarterback or the running back to save them the wear and tear. That's just me. Sometimes it's frustrating when you see the hold on a 20-yard gain, though, a little bit.
Yes.
Stafford here, 2nd and 3, just goes ahead and hands it off again to Blake Corum this time around. It's going to be 3rd down and about 1 yard to gain with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this first quarter. Stafford for MVP. What do you think, Josh?
I mean, it's definitely a possibility. I mean, right now, it's early in the game. Well, he will probably need to get a touchdown here before we see that for sure. I mean, obviously Drake May is up in that conversation. Jonathan Taylor as well. JSN even, if he does end up breaking that Calvin Johnson record or that 2,000-yard mark. I mean, a guy like Sam Darnold right now is up there for sure. I mean, you can never count out Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Lamar. They're obviously going to be up there, especially if Lamar comes back and makes the playoffs. I think that's going to be a real interesting debate.
Agree with you there.
Will he win MVP? As of now, I would lean Matthew Stafford as of right now.
Agree with you there. As Stafford does a quick little throw, kind of interesting. He snaps the ball and just kind of immediately after the quick play action wants to go to Devontae. Devontae's open, but Stafford rushes to throw for some reason. So it's short. I mean, Devontae could have caught it, should have caught it. It's a weird throw. It's going to be 4th and 1, 1:41 to go for the Rams. They're going to go for it here, being very aggressive early in this rivalry game. Maybe it's the black uniforms building some confidence as Stafford hands the ball off, and an easy first down and much more. Kyren Williams makes a man miss. He's at the 10, the 5, the 2-yard line. He's screaming in the end zone in Jordan Whittington's face because he was almost about to break that off for a huge Rams touchdown. Instead, he is down at the 2-yard line. Kyren Williams, incredible.
Yeah, seeing the run right now, just making everyone miss. Eman Wari, that should be at the 1-yard line. That's a bad spot again, in my opinion. But Eman Wari, with that tackle again, he came up a little shaken up actually on a previous play, but it looks like he is going to be okay. This Rams rushing attack really being the main catalyst. I know I talked about this, Manuel said it in chat a little while ago, that the Rams were passing to run, but now they're really running to pass like other teams have been able to do. This run game over the last few weeks has gotten so much better as Devontae dropped that touchdown pass there on 1st and goal. I know you're probably pretty upset about that one.
Yes, it would have been nice to see a nice fade route to Devontae there. Doesn't happen. The Rams in 13 personnel, like we just talked about. A little bit of miscommunication, some confusion, and the Rams are going to have to call another timeout here in this first quarter. Stafford's frustrated with Tyler Higbee. If they're doing their regular 13 personnel, send the tight end in motion kind of play, I thought Higbee looked like he was in the right spot, but obviously miscommunication there. Doesn't work out, so the Rams end up going ahead and calling this timeout here. But it looks like it's going to be 13 personnel for them yet again, and we're showing some highlights on the screen here of a lot of 13 personnel for the Rams. You see Puka getting in there and blocking. You see guys like Parkinson and Terrence Ferguson running up the seam, and it's very interesting to see a lot of these options that they have out of 13 personnel, 11 personnel. It's kind of a really great mixed bag of what's going on with the Rams offense.
Yeah, it is. McVay and LaFleur, they were saying it all offseason, how they wanted the offense to be more versatile And we really didn't see it the first few weeks of the year, but these last few weeks that we've definitely seen it quite a bit as they're showing the different personnels as you've said. And then a T Diddle saying Denver's up 3 on KC 3-0. Yeah, that's good. That's another game. We're going to be score watching that game for you as well. A big must-win game, actually, for the Chiefs. If they lose that game, I do believe they're in real danger of missing the playoffs because the division's out the window because they'll be 4 games back of the Broncos.
13 personnel. Davante Adams, a receiver alone outside, nearly tipped at the line, but Davante Adams, catch, touchdown, flag on the play. We'll wait to see what the flag is. Rams were celebrating. Stafford's running to the sideline. I'm anticipating this flag to either be picked up or on the defense. Looks like it's going to be touchdown, Rams. Davante Adams. It's so easy. It's just so easy for Davante. One of the leading receivers, if not, is he not the leader in receiving touchdowns on the year?
Yes. Yes, it is, and I regret not taking him in fantasy. I was like, he's going to be a number 2 wide receiver. I don't know, but no, it would have been the right call for sure to take Davante Adams in fantasy.
Nearly
Obviously,
tipped
is
at
that
the
touchdown
line.
good there?
The kick is up, by the way. Kick is right down the middle, maybe off to the right a little bit if we're getting nitpicky. So Harrison Mevis, so far in his Rams career, what is it now? 6 for 6 for extra points in his.
I think it's 8 for 8 now.
8 for 8.
Wasn't he 6 for 6 against the Niners?
So really great stuff you're seeing from the kicker, and you just feel a different energy in the kicking game, don't you? For me personally, I'm not nervous anymore when I see them kick these extra points. I'm almost not even watching, as I see you not even watching almost, right? When they kick these field goals because we don't really care. They should make them. Should be automatic. Versus when it was Josh Riccardi, we had to hold our breath every single time. Manuel says, I'm guessing the Rams offensive coordinator, I'm forgetting his name now, probably watches film on the defense of the Seahawks and saw how they can be taken advantage of by the run. I'm sure the passing game is going to be more present in the second half. Yeah, I agree with you. That could be a case here. Obviously, you want this Rams team to continue to be versatile. You want to continue to involve the running back, so I like to see it, but also give credit where credit is due, kind of running with the hot hand. Kyren's running with his hair on fire today. I mean, he's running really well today.
He is. They're all running really, really well. And then Juan saying, do you all think Stafford gets an MVP? If the Rams are a top 2 seed, because they do have the loss of the Eagles, where the tiebreaker would go to the Eagles, then I think he would. I think he would. If they win the division and get a top 2 seed, and he keeps playing like he's playing, I think you're going to have to give him MVP. And it would definitely end the Bill Barnwell debate. I don't know if you remember this, Josh, but I talked about it in a video a little over a month ago where Bill Barnwell said Matthew Stafford is just Dak Prescott with a ring, one of the worst takes I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Especially for a guy like Bill Barnwell, who's normally pretty good. That one, I almost wanted to write him a personal email being like, what are you doing, man? That's just, even like that, even before, he's had a higher peak than Prescott. Drag Lions teams in the play. I can go on and on about why he's just so much better than Dak Prescott was and ever will be. But yeah, I mean, if MVP means Matthew Stafford's a first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt.
Yeah, no, I think for sure I agree with you. I mean, he's already going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, right? We kind of already know that. And at this point, as the Rams fans, we're just hoping that he can bring another ring home, right? You're not really worried about his legacy. I think his legacy is fine and established. It's really just finishing his incredible career with a potential Super Bowl ring and giving one of another future Hall of Famer his first ring, right? Davante doesn't have a ring, or he had one with.
No, it does not.
Yeah, it does not have a ring, right? I would think it would have been not on the team when Green Bay won. So, getting another Hall of Famer, a ring as well. I mean, that'd be huge for Stafford. But in terms of his MVP case, I think he should be MVP. Obviously, it's still early. We still have a lot of weeks to go, a lot of football to play. If he continues the way he plays, I can't see how he's not in the conversation. Like you said, though, Lamar Jackson, if they keep winning some games, the difference, and you literally saw the team without him versus with him and how different that team has been, their success has been. If they make the playoffs, he probably has a conversation to be considered at least. I would love to see Jonathan Taylor be actually considered because, I mean, he's doing things that I'm just blown away by every single week. So if it's not going to be a Stafford, give it to Jonathan Taylor or someone, but someone more deserving. Drake May's playing well, but a lot of football left to be played. We'll have to wait and see who ends up
Yeah, they're
looking
the one
great.
seed right now, the Patriots. The Patriots get the one seed, and Drake May is playing like he's playing. He's going to have a real
Yeah.
conversation, too, because the Patriots' weapons is Blake Snell is at the game. Did Blake Snell just hit a 6-7? I think he did. Of course he did.
I saw him put one
But
hand up. I was going to say that. I don't know if he did both. But moving from that, there's 45 seconds to go in this first quarter. The Seattle Seahawks have the football here. 14-3. They're approaching the 50-yard line. 2nd and 7 here for the Seahawks. Sam Darnold reading the defense in shotgun with Zach Charbonnet to his right. He is going to go ahead and snap this football here. Hands off to Zach Charbonnet, who gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage, gains about 1, maybe 2 yards on 2nd down. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 for the Seahawks. They're going to let this clock run down into the second quarter, and the Rams go into the second quarter up 14-3 here at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Really good to see there. TD says Denver now up 6-0. Manuel says Mike LaFleur is his name. Yes, Mike LaFleur is the offense coordinator for the Rams. Sorry, I didn't correct you on that earlier. Juan, do you think Stafford wins MVP? Yeah. I mean, I think so. If he continues to play this way, it's early, but if he continues, yes. And then Juan also says the only team I see us struggling in the postseason is the Eagles. And you know what's interesting is the Eagles have not been playing well, but because of the aggression of their front office, I think it's allowed them to continue to add more and more talent, and that's what makes them a little bit kind of scary, is that at any point they can kind of break out. I think we've seen them play well, right, in the past and win a Super Bowl and just absolutely dominate out of nowhere. I think we thought the Eagles had a chance to win the Super Bowl last year versus Kansas City, but I wouldn't have called them blowing them out in that way before. So they can blow up and explode out of nowhere. I think that's one of the things for that Eagles team. So for sure that they're a good team. But I mean, a lot of good teams in the NFC. A lot of good football teams in the NFC this year.
No, definitely. You got the Rams, got the Seahawks, Eagles, Lions as well. Bucks look good. The Packers, I'm out on the Packers. They barely beat Jameis Winston today. As much as I love Jameis and as much as I am telling people he is the greatest quarterback of all time, unfortunately, the Giants team's not that good, and they struggle with them. And T. Diddle just said Xavier Smith is being evaluated for a concussion. I'm not surprised after that huge hit. I think both of those players should actually be evaluated for a concussion, because that was a
pretty hard hit.
Yeah, that was a pretty huge hit. As I am going to take a look here during this timeout about scores going on. Obviously, Niners up 13-7 on the Cardinals. Ravens only up 3-0 so far on the Browns. The Panthers beat the Falcons in overtime, 30-27. The Panthers are 6-5. And Bryce Young threw for 448 yards today. Wow. And 3 touchdowns. Fair play to Bryce Young.
He also got hit pretty hard and was taken out the game, I think, for a little bit. So I don't know if he came back in that football game, it looks like.
He did.
So, incredible game, right? That Atlanta-Carolina game. Who won that football game ultimately?
Carolina. Carolina is now 6-5, and they are in the playoff race.
By the way,
as of right now, if we check the playoff standings, Carolina is the 9 seed right now. So they're very much in the playoff picture.
Well,
the Packers winning that game was huge. If the Packers lost that game, then Carolina would be very much in the thick of this playoff race. But Carolina's not, they're not going away anytime soon from this playoff picture. After they kind of got embarrassed by the Saints last week, a nice bounce back win for them.
The bigger part of that Carolina game is that Atlanta losing again,
yes,
kind of helping out the Rams a little bit. So definitely big time for sure. As Sam Darnold in the shotgun, 3rd and 5 here. Jared Verse is being held. I don't know how it's not being called. And he goes to Zach Charbonnet, who looks like he makes the catch. No flag on the play. So it's going to be 1st and 10 here for the Seahawks. 14 minutes to go, 14:45 in this second quarter. Rams up 14-3.
Seeing it now. Oh, yeah, that's a hold. How do you not call that?
Kind of ridiculous, but we're going to go ahead and move past it, I guess. Sam Darnold under center. I formation for the Seahawks. Verse off the edge. He's creeping in like he's going to put some pressure there. And they hand off to Zach Charbonnet, who gains about 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. They're going to give him about 3. So 2nd down and 7 here.
Zach Charbonnet, UCLA graduate. Zach Charbonnet coming back to LA for for this game. So nice to see. I'm sure he's got some people here as well for this one.
Got Floyd saying, I'm not sure why a penalty wasn't called on the kickoff, helmet to helmet for Xavier Smith. It was a really hard hit. When I saw the replay, I didn't see the angle of the helmet to helmet, but I believe you. Maybe should have been a penalty for sure. It was a really hard hit for sure. So definitely not what you want to see. As Zach Charbonnet gets the pitch to the left, he's going to get another first down for the Seattle Seahawks. 1st and 10, gain of about 8 on that one.
Yeah, they're going to Charbonnet a lot. By the way, I made a video. It was in my video on Wednesday that the Seahawks actually have one of the lowest average yards per carry this year at 3.8 yards per carry overall. And so far, there's not really shown up. The run game has been pretty good. They've been good in the red zone, but that's really been about it. And if the Seahawks had that run game going, then the offense is going to be great as a whole. Is Dexter Smith saying Niners, baby? All right, Dexter. Okay. Is Dexter just here to troll us today?
Dexter, where were you last week? That's my question. Where were you in the chat last week when we were actually streaming the Niners and Rams game?
And after we destroyed them, too.
As we see here, handoff this time goes to Kenneth Walker, who gets stuffed by both Nate Landman and Omar Spates coming together, filling the gap there. Great job slowing this run game down. Again, pretty dangerous run game. So far, doesn't look like it in this game. 2nd and 9 for the Seahawks. Shotgun with a running back to his right, Kenneth Walker for Sam Darnold. He snaps the ball. He gets pressure up the middle from Nate Landman. And great coverage. Incomplete pass. There is a flag down, and Sam Darnold is pointing at the defense. They're going to say Jalen McCullough with a flag.
Let's see. I'm going to see what Jalen McCullough is doing right now.
Emmanuel Forbes on the camera at least, so we'll see what this call is going to be. Looks like they are focused on Emmanuel Forbes here. He's being really physical and grabs JSN's face mask.
And we have Manuel saying trolls live under a bridge. That's where he was last week. Maybe.
As incomplete pass, but it is going to be a flag on Emmanuel Forbes. Just getting a little too physical on JSN. We talked about it though, right?
Yeah.
I don't want this to be 15 yards off JSN every single time, every snap. So you like to see the physicality, but just a little too physical there as he grabs the face mask. Sam Darnold under center, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line in Rams territory for the Seahawks. Darnold finds his tight end in the flat for a gain of about 4 or 5. I think that's Barner on the play. It is. Here is a game break here on Fox. Brock Purdy throws it, pitch and catch, easy catch for a touchdown for Christian McCaffrey. Second quarter, 13 minutes ago in that game, it's already 20-7. Juan says,
Josh. The Cardinal season's over. We all kind of know that there. I mean, Purdy's looking pretty good in his first game back. Yeah. So it was a big thing because Mac Jones was actually playing really well. Mac Jones in my league had 44 fantasy points last week against the Rams. So fantasy is not an indicator of how good an NFL player is, but he had a great game. And so there's some controversy there. Tom Brady even saying the Niners should stick with Mac Jones, but Purdy looking good there so far. 2nd and 6. That's Barner again for a first down, and we're going to have to actually cover A.J. Barner this game.
Agreed on that one. As I'm moving on to the next play here, 1st and 10 for the Seahawks. Ball at the 29-yard line in Rams territory. Sam Darnold under center, fakes a handoff one way, goes to Raheed Shaheed around the end around, and he gets slowed down by the Rams defense. There's a flag on the play, of course. We'll wait and see on what the flag is. But Josh F., whose jersey do you got? That's coming from Juan.
Oh, from Juan? I got my Puka jersey on. I got my regular Puka edition. I don't have the midnight edition just yet. I gotta look into those. I'm sure. I don't know this for sure, so don't quote me on this. Anyone who's looking to buy, I'm sure there's some holiday sales coming up. So definitely going to be looking into getting a midnight jersey. Won't be getting a Puka because I already have a Puka. I'm looking to get someone else. Maybe get a Jared Verse, as I was saying earlier, potentially. Maybe even a late Nate Landman. He's been that good that I think he's earned jerseys. We do have another flag here. Let's see who this flag is on. Can't tell yet. Looks like
So first and
might be
5
on.
now
It's
for
going to be on
Seattle.
Josiah Stewart.
Yeah, so it's going to be a flag on the Rams as an interesting fake from Darnold. He ends up finding JSN for another first down for the Seahawks. So this Seahawks offense starting to roll now on this Rams defense. I'm not expecting this defense to be perfect, but I'm also not expecting them to be off 15 yards off every single time JSN is running a route, as yet again, about 15 yards off makes it an easy, quick little routes for JSN. Darius Williams in coverage on that one.
Yeah, again, just not playing the best coverage on JSN. I talked about it in my video. Manuel Forbes, you got to be physical with JSN. That's what we've seen work. And JSN just pushing a little bit of a push off him on Darius Williams. Not enough to call a flag, but he can't keep being this wide open. I get what they're doing in terms of not letting him get, that those deep balls that we've seen him get, but just him getting chunks of yards every time is not good for your defense either. At this point, I think they just have to double him at this point.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, something different for sure, as he's getting too many easy catches here. Just an easy option for Sam Darnold, so the pressure can't really get to him. But it's going to be second down and 8 yards to go here. Ball is at the 12-yard line for the Seahawks. Darnold looks to his left the entire time. This time, the coverage a little bit better on JSN, a little more physical, and he cannot go up and make the catch. Emmanuel Forbes in coverage. He's up on the line of scrimmage, just following him around in coverage the whole time. A little physical. I think if you're a Seahawks fan, you're probably screaming for a penalty, but throws the head around. I think it's okay. Physical play, but.
Yeah, physical, and that's what we need to see on JSN there. Emmanuel Forbes with the great. This is pretty good coverage. I don't think that was enough to warrant a flag. So good coverage there from Emmanuel Forbes. That's what we need to see every play. Every play, you got to be a little more physical with JSN because he's going to get open if you don't. And this drive has gone on for the Seahawks for 6 minutes and 50 seconds. So they're really chewing up clock here as well. Good clock management from Mike McDonald, who's one of the better head coaches in the NFL as well.
Sam Darnold, a whole bunch of pressure. He spins. He tries to find someone and just throws the ball into the back of the end zone. Just really try to get the ball out of bounds there as Cooper Kupp is covered here on the screen. Not really any other options for Darnold, and the pressure really did get to him. Braden Fisk, Jared Verse, Kobe Turner, they're all Byron Young, all our favorite defensive linemen, all hunting the quarterback, not giving him a chance to find an open receiver. It's going to be Jason Myers out for a 30-yard attempt. He was good for a 57-yarder earlier. He has 177 career field goals made with the Seahawks. It's the most in team history. So dealing with a legendary kicker here. 30 yards should be an easy one. 9:07 to go. The kick is up. The kick is good. And it's going to be 14-6 for the Rams. Still not allowing a touchdown. You kind of like the way this defense is playing. That drive wasn't the prettiest, but you like the way the defense is playing so far. So hold them at 3.
You do. Again, that was the Raheem Morris standpoint, was I'm okay with yards, not okay with points. And so far, holding the Seahawks to 2 field goals early. They showed a graphic earlier where they said the Seahawks have the best point differential in the first half, and they actually have a 0-point differential in the second half, meaning they're actually tied with teams they play. And the Rams have the best second half point differential in the NFL. So that is definitely going to be an interesting point there. As Juan is saying, it was great to see Emmanuel Forbes change. Yeah. Floyd saying Emmanuel Forbes really coming into his own. Yes, he is. Manuel saying holding once again on the O-line for the Seahawks and it wasn't called. I'm going to start looking into that for sure. I'm going to start paying more attention to that O-line and see if that's really been going on. Floyd saying we'll trade touchdowns for field goals all day. Oh, yep. For sure we will. For sure. And TD saying I will trade 7 for 3 all freaking day. Yeah, totally. And that's what this Rams defense does. One of the best defenses in the red zone. Both of these defenses are pretty good in the red zone. So that's why I had this being a bit more of a low scoring game. 14-6 here on midway through the second quarter. Definitely positive start for the Rams. And what's the biggest game of the season? And by the way, next week, Josh, I don't know if you know this, but next week we got a Sunday Night Football matchup versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So another tough matchup at SoFi Stadium coming up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we saw them in absolutely an incredible game today, this morning, versus the Buffalo Bills. Real back and forth football game for Tampa and Buffalo. So, going to be a huge one for the Rams again. But I think this one, the reason why it's a little bit different, I think we can all know, right? This is a division rivalry game. And I actually saw someone breaking down the Seahawks perspective, especially of like, if they win this game, now it's like a 59% chance they're going to win the division and make the playoffs. And if they lose this game, that jumps down to 17% chance for the Seahawks to win the division. So, kind of huge game for both sides. I'm sure the numbers are similar for the Rams as well. So, really, this game really it's going to be telling for what's going to happen in the NFC West, especially after the Rams took care of business versus San Fran last week. So, all that definitely plays a key role. But, yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. Next week's going to be a fun one. Sunday Night Football. I mean, I always like the primetime games, right? I want the whole world to see how good this Rams team is.
Yes. Yes, the Giants were getting more coverage today than the Rams. I mean, I'm sorry, but that just shouldn't be happening. And Manuel is saying this should have been the Sunday Night Football game. Sunday Night Football this week is Lions-Eagles, which is a good game in its own right. So, I mean, this should have just been the 125 national game for sure.
And or you flex Detroit, Philly somehow to Monday. I don't know how that works, but the Monday game being the Raiders.
Monday's Cowboys-Raiders.
Nobody really wants to watch that unless you're in Los Angeles. A lot of Cowboys and Raiders fans in Los Angeles. This game should have been Sunday Night Football. Juan says, right, agree. Manuel says, like this video if you think that this game should have been on a Sunday night game. I agree with you. Hard to argue.
I agree. I agree.
We heard that if you like the video, the Rams score a touchdown here on this drive. That's what we heard.
And if you subscribe, the next drive, they're going to force a turnover.
There you go. As Stafford here under center, a ball at the 40-yard line in Rams territory. Stafford drops to his left, just kind of throws a little bit of a fling pass to Blake Corum, who catches it for a loss of about 4 yards on the play. Kind of a weird play. I think Stafford just looked for someone to bail him out. It is Blake Corum who does bail him out, but loses 5 yards on the play. So 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this second quarter. Rams up 14-6. You got to kind of score here. Even if it's just 3, you got to score some points here as the Seahawks offense is starting to wake up a little bit. You want to see the Rams continue to put pressure on this offense.
Yeah, you do.
Send someone in motion. It's Puka Nacua. Handoff goes to Blake Corum. A lot of Blake Corum today. They must see something about Corum's game that maybe he could take advantage of versus his defense.
Hasn't really been taking advantage of the defense thus far, though. I'm about to see this play here to see if that does happen.
It's a quick snap here for Stafford. I don't know how I'm confusing Darnold and Stafford. Stafford, absolutely nobody blocking the edge rusher. So Stafford just throws that football down the field to nobody. And it's going to be fourth down punt coming out for the Rams. I mean, just Rob Havenstein, the snap was too quick for him. I mean, the Rams trying to go quick. Not really sure why either. It's 3rd and 8. I don't know really why.
Yeah, I don't know about that. By the way, that was DeMarcus Lawrence. They got in there. That was DeMarcus Lawrence. They got in on the quarterback there, the guy who had 2 touchdowns last week. Not what you want to see, him getting involved there. Stafford is able to duck away from any big hits there, although he is quite annoyed, as anyone should be with that drive here. Ethan Evans looking to pin the Seahawks deep. And fielded at the 14, but there is a flag, and you go out at around the 23-yard line, but there's a flag here. Juan saying, I want to see more Terrence Ferguson. I do too. I do too. Whenever we see Terrence Ferguson, it seems like good things happen. So I'd want to see more of that as well. Manuel saying, I want to see some screens and jet sweeps. Yeah, both some good options. We saw some screens earlier on the last drive with Higbee able to get that first down, and we'll see exactly who this flag is on here before the Seahawks start with the ball down 8.
Looks like it's going to be on Seattle, but a bit of a hold there. I love seeing punts. I don't really care. Like, I know people want to like abolish punts and kickoffs. I don't mind punts. Kickoffs have now been less entertaining because of obviously the new setup. So overall, it's kind of getting to a point where at some point we may not see kicks, period. It's unfortunate because every single time a punt goes off, it's a flag. It's so frustrating.
It is. By the way, that hold was on former Ram Darion Kendrick.
Of course.
And by the way, that the Devontae Adams catch in the end zone I saw was his 1,000th career reception. So congratulations to Devontae Adams for hitting that milestone.
Yeah, crazy. And of course, right, ESPN said it too on their post about it. Of course, his 1,000th catch goes for a touchdown. No other way for Devontae Adams. So far, so good. Like the Rams are still playing well. That drive wasn't great. So not a fan of that. I want to see them continue to put pressure, but we cannot expect the Rams to be perfect, right? Every single time. They're going to have their mistakes and miscues. And so that drive, okay, we can kind of move on from, but the defense needs to respond by putting some pressure on Sam Darnold, continuing to do so, because so far they've done a pretty solid job of it, and he's not looked super comfortable in today's game, which is what you want to see, right? Southern California guy coming back down to SoCal, inside the SoFi kind of indoor stadium, I guess, if you will. I know there's some openings, but indoor stadium, and so you would expect him to be comfortable here, and so far the Rams are doing a good job making him not comfortable.
Yeah,
what
they
else
are.
Are you noticing from this Rams team?
Yeah, I do want to point out that we have over 100 people here watching this stream. So Josh and I just want to say thank you to everyone for watching this stream. So if you know anyone else who is interested, football fan, Rams fan, or Seahawks fans, want to get some Seahawks fans in here too, definitely send them to us. Send them our link to make sure that they're able to watch for this game. And TD also saying is 6-3 Denver. Yeah, that game's going to be a close game too, obviously. That one's going to go, I think, a little past this one. So definitely interesting for that game as we were getting the ad for the Lions-Eagles game in Philly tonight. Yeah, Cowboys-Raiders tomorrow. Don't know who scheduled that as a Monday night game in the scheduling department. Even Bills-Texans on Thursday night. And then Manuel saying, I love you guys, the Josh brothers. Thank you. Metalhead saying, making my walk on the treadmill more fun. Hey, we appreciate it. Yeah, that's a good time to listen to our stream, listen to our videos walking on the treadmill. Yeah. I'm not necessarily a listen to YouTube guy when I work out. When I'm working out, I'm more of I want to listen to some just heavy hitting music.
Yeah, me too.
Well, go-to workout artist.
I could do a YouTube video and a walk for sure. As Charbonnet gained 6 on the play, 2nd and 4 here coming out for the Seattle Seahawks. So it's going to be 7 minutes, 25 seconds to go, 14-6. The Rams are up, but a stop here would be huge for the Rams in trying to win this game. Manuel, we love you too. He says, you guys need a nickname. Yeah, Josh Brothers, I don't really know.
We do.
I don't really know what we can do with the
I mean, Josh Squared is out there too. That's another good one.
Kenneth Walker gets the handoff, and he absolutely breaks off for a typical Kenneth Walker run. I mean, that was about a 20-yard run there for Kenneth Walker. Going to be first down for the Seahawks. And, send a guy in motion, everything going to the left. Jared Verse, for some reason, spins around his back completely toward the run game. And Kenneth Walker able to find the hole there. Break off for a huge run for the Seahawks.
Yeah, huge one there. And T. Diddle has some nickname ideas. How about Josh G Money and Josh Fine? Good work. Good work. I mean, we'll try to brainstorm before next stream. So if you want to know what our nicknames are going to be, you're going to have to make sure to watch next stream so that you're in the know.
Agree. It's Kenneth Walker. Pitch to the left. He gets out, gains about 2 or 3. So 6:21 to go here in the second quarter, 14-6 Rams. And then Eric says, whose house? And we say,
Rams house.
I have a friend who is a Patriots fan, and every time I say whose house, he just says Ramily, like really calmly, and it's pretty funny.
Hey, I mean, as long as he doesn't hate the Rams, I mean, you know what? I'm happy for the Patriots this year, man. I love watching some Drake May. So I'm happy. I'm happy for the Patriots. If they beat the Chiefs, it's a great year.
I have not been able to just say, yeah, go Patriots, but I definitely respect the Drake May game for sure. As Sam Darnold in the shotgun here, 2nd and 8, looks to his left, stays looking to his left, fade route to Jackson Smith-Njigba, who just made one of the greatest catches I've ever seen. One hand. I mean, not even trying. It was like a video game catch. The ball just glued to his finger. I mean, it was one hand, left-handed, looking over the shoulder. I mean, that was an incredible catch. That's an incredible catch.
Let me see. I'm about to see this catch.
That's just
What? That was why is he's not even celebrating? He's just like, yeah, I do that. I do have a confession for some of you in chat if you're new.
sure.
I know I keep wanting JSN to be covered. I also have JSN on my fantasy team. So there's part of me that's very happy about this defense, but then part of me, the Rams fan in me, that's more important, that also wants JSN to be covered a lot better.
The one thing I've had to learn over time about fantasy is to try to not let my personal feeling get in the way, right? So like JSN, typically
Yes.
a big guy. No, I hate him. I don't want him on my team. He's a Rams rival, but sometimes you got to put that away aside and win some fantasy games. So I respect it for sure. As it's a 2nd and 8 here after Kenneth Walker had only a gain of 2 on his run. He rushes again to the right for another gain of 2. So it's going to be 3rd down. Rams doing a pretty good job in the run game, but JSN, it's really difficult to slow him down. He's having a breakout year, already 1,000 yards
Yep.
on the year, 11 catches of 20 plus air yards or more. I'm seeing all this from Fox right here on NFL. 46% of the team's receiving yards. I mean, that is
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
insane. As we have some new chats, we have Juan saying, "How could do that to us, Josh F?" Okay, let me give you some context here. So my league that I'm in is an auction league where we pay for players. We have a $200 budget to draft our team. And JSN I got for $17, and I didn't even realize I was bidding on JSN. I'll be honest. I didn't want JSN because I was like, JSN's good, but he's a slot guy. Like he's not going to be. I tried to trade him actually, and then JSN had a great first 2 games, and I was like, well, I'm going to keep him.
Yeah.
So I did not take JSN on purpose. I took him on accident with
And
like my 7th pick in the draft, and I'm very happy I did for my fantasy team. I know he's a Rams rival, but hey,
and
I'm in 2nd place in my fantasy league.
truthfully,
So
he's been one of the breakout players of the year. You have JSN, your team's probably doing pretty good this year, so you got to kind of give
yeah,
it
I'm
to
in
him. But
2nd.
Juan said,
I'm winning this week
Manuel
too.
says, boo
So
this man. Boo Josh. Sure, I agree with you there. Juan says, you
it's
betrayed
okay.
us.
I'll take it.
Got to poke the jokes a little bit here as, wow, huge hit on the running back. It looks like, who is that? I don't even know who that is. Not Charbonnet, not Kenneth Walker. It's their 3rd running back. He gets hit pretty hard after a nice gain of 3. Halani, 36 for the Seattle Seahawks. So going to be 2nd and 7 here for the
Oh,
Seahawks. They've had a nice drive here, 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in this second quarter. Current drive's taking up 5 minutes of time, so that time of possession has really been big time for the Seahawks in this second quarter, it feels like. Sam Darnold under center. He has Charbonnet in the backfield, sends the fullback in motion, does hand off to the right for Charbonnet, who gets tackled for just a gain of about 1 from Puna Ford, the big man, making a nice tackle.
good play there from Puno Ford, the run stopper the Rams brought in from the Chargers. I got a lot of friends who are Chargers fans, so they were pretty mad that Puno Ford ended up swapping LA teams. Yeah, big stop there. I'm wanting to see some more Puna Ford action for sure in this game because he's so key to stopping the run. As we have in chat, Manuel saying, I'm a forgiving man, Josh. Don't worry. Thank you, Manuel. I appreciate that. And he also said, like this video if you want to see a peanut punch. I agree. You've been on it today, Manuel. And Eric saying, any coverage on Landman? Dude is a beast. Yes, he is a beast. Not so far today, having a bit more of a quiet game. Although I do expect that to change in the second half. He's made some nice run stops, but he hasn't had that peanut punch
Yeah,
just yet. And Juan
exactly.
saying Ford was an underrated signing. Yeah, he was. I really liked that signing. I was all in on the Ford signing. You were all in on the Land. I was a bit lower on the Landman signing, and I'll happily admit I was wrong on that. He's been awesome. So 2 very underrated signings. We have the 2-minute warning already here in the second quarter. 14-6 Rams, but the Seahawks threatening to potentially tie the game. If they go get in the end zone here, Josh, do you think they're going to go for 2?
That'd be interesting. I think it's early in this game. They should be okay to not go for it, but I wouldn't be surprised how well their offense has been playing right now. I think you'd be aggressive here, just like the Rams have been aggressive. What is that? 3 attempts, maybe even 4 attempts on 4th down already. So I think that aggression is going to kind of inspire the Seahawks to say, okay, we'll be just as aggressive, if not more, and try to go for 2 to tie this football game. So wouldn't be surprised. But how about we hold them to 3? That's what I'd rather see here from this Rams defense. Again, the Seahawks now in this second quarter really kind of coming alive here, showing why they are 7-2. I mean, they're a really tough team to defend. They haven't even gotten Raheed Shaheed or our very own Cooper Kupp involved at all in this game. Their run game hasn't been great. yet somehow, some way, they're in this football game with a chance to possibly tie it or bring it within one here with a touchdown. So, very interesting stuff here to see the Seattle team, because I've been curious. I've not really watched Seattle closely this year, and
I haven't either.
I didn't really understand how are they playing so well. I know they're a solid team, but I see that, again, I'm paying attention to the running backs, really not really putting a lot of fantasy points up. So I'm curious as to how they are succeeding, and they're just kind of looks like like eating up a lot of clock time of possession in this game, and that's kind of helping them for sure in this football game.
Yeah, definitely. And also a St. Louis Rams fan saying Puka Nacua is a former Seahawks player as well. Yeah, he is. I actually forgot about that until you said that. I more so remember him as a Charger. But yes, another former Seahawk, a good former Seahawk for them. And yeah, the Seahawks team kind of came out of nowhere this year. I thought Geno Smith and Sam Darnold was a slight upgrade, but I thought the rest of the team kind of didn't really change enough. But the O-line's improved a lot. Darnold so far has kept up his regular season form from Minnesota. Obviously, we still have to see in big games. So definitely something to keep an eye on here. Sam Darnold could still be on pumpkin watch. Some people in the media say that because last year it kind of did turn into pumpkin mode when the lights got the brightest. But so far has not happened yet. The Seahawks are inside the 15 here of the Rams. So definitely need another stop here. But I highly doubt the Seahawks are going to kick again. I think they're going to try to get in the end zone.
On 3rd and 6, they do run the football up the middle with Zach Charbonnet, but he gains only 5. So 4th and 1, big time call here. 1:35 to go in this second quarter. The Seahawks threatening to score, but the Rams can stop them altogether on this 4th and 1. A little bit of a QB sneak, tight end sneak. Looks like 88 with the ball in his hand. And they do try to do a tight end sneak, push, tush push kind of thing. And one ref is giving them way more than a first down. We'll have to wait and see if that's an accurate spot here. But the Rams can't even challenge. They're all out of timeouts in this first half. Barner with the ball, QB sneak, tight end sneak, pushing. And it looks like they're going to give it to him. Kind of tough to really see there, but they do give it to the Seattle Seahawks. 1st and goal. 46 seconds for Seattle. They have the ball at the 7-yard line, threatening to score in the red zone here. Sam Darnold under center, snaps the ball, hands off to Zach Charbonnet, who gets absolutely stuffed and drilled by Jared Verse. Great stop from number 8.
I'm about to see that play here. Looking forward to seeing Jared Verse get more involved here in this game. Quiet against the Niners, and has been quiet so far today as well against the Seahawks, but not here. Just, easily stopping Zach Charbonnet. And this is a must hold to 3. The Seahawks are letting this clock tick down here, as if it looks like they're kind of comfortable only getting 3. They are going to start with the ball in the second half, which is going to help them, but I'm very surprised they're not trying more to go for this, as they are going to call a timeout here, finally, after letting almost 10 seconds tick off from the last time they ran a play.
Manuel says Josh, the OG Iron. I don't know how you would say that. Ohidon. I don't know how you would say it. And then Josh, the Finehirsh. I kind of like that.
Fine wine. I'm 23. I don't know about that one for me, man. I'm only 23. I already have some younger family members who are calling me Unk already, and I do not like it. I'm only 23. If I was 33, I'd probably have to accept it. But me being 23, I'm not taking the Unk or the fine wine. I know it's a joke from you, Manuel, so it's not anything towards you, but it's been happening. Have you been getting called Unk yet, Josh?
I get the OGs, I get the Unks, members? But I am Unk, man. I am Unk for sure. I'm 27, about to be 28 next month, so I've accepted it. It's been a hard couple months having to accept it. I work with a lot of people who are 23, 24, 25 years old, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm just Unk. Maybe I'm just Unk. We have here 11 seconds to go. Great tackle from this Rams defense. A couple guys in that one, Kobe Durant being one of them. So it's going to be 3rd and goal, just 11 seconds. The Seahawks putting themselves in a kind of tight spot here. They got to score a touchdown on this throw, I'm assuming, unless they want to go for it on 4th and goal at the 3.5-yard line. We'll have to wait and see what this play is first. The Rams getting a stop would be huge. Seahawks do have one timeout, 11 seconds, 14-6. Sam Darnold in the shotgun with Zach Charbonnet to his left, sends Barner, his tight end, in motion. Darnold with a snap looking right, goes back to his left. Pressure up the middle from Kobe Turner and Byron Young. He throws the ball out of bounds, so it's 4 seconds left, 4th and goal. Sam Darnold could not find anyone. He's already taking the straps off. The field goal unit is coming out. They're waving the white flag and just going to get 3 here. Darnold looking. No one there. Kobe Turner and Byron Young getting some pressure. Jared Verse also flying on in, trying to put some pressure himself. It's going to be 4th and goal, 4 seconds, field goal unit on the field.
I don't know if I agree with this call, getting going with the field goal unit here. I mean, you've had chances to score. You were inside the 15, went for the field goal. You're now inside the 5, went for the field goal. I don't know. And by the way, security guard, you got to catch that, bro. That went right through your hands. I don't know if you saw the replay, but the security guard went right through his hands.
That's hilarious. Defense, that's a huge stop, right? Yeah, you see well, how would you pronounce that? Because you said T Ditto, but I don't see the L. T Dite? Dite? He says, let's
Just
go
say
D.
TD.
Mace has a ram and a house emoji. Love those. And then Josh the final countdown Hirsch. Okay.
I like that better. I like that better. That sounds intimidating. That could be like if I'm in WWE or something. I mean that could work.
Yeah, overall the Rams really good on defense there, right? You're looking there. It's 14-6. They're threatening to score. You stopped the run a couple of times. I mean, overall, you just have not let this Seattle Seahawks offense look comfortable. To me, this Seattle offense doesn't look like a 7-2 offense because of what this Rams defense is doing. And yeah, I know, look, has not been perfect. You want to see the Rams score every time they have the ball. Not realistic. So far, so good with this Rams team, the Rams defense. Coming out the second half, though, Seattle is going to get the football, so you definitely want to see a 3-and-out early in that football game as we're having some game breaks here. The Niners are up in their football game. Lamar Jackson throws an interception with a 23-yard return for a touchdown. So it's 13-3 Browns versus the Baltimore Ravens. We'll go on to Chicago and Minnesota. I think you said this earlier. Chicago won that football game, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe they did, yes. And Andres in chat is also saying he's chilling with a couple Seahawks fans right now.
Yeah, field goal up and good for the Bears. Barely into the left side of the post. So 7-3 now for the Chicago Bears. Again, pretty tough teams in the NFC. I know Chicago's not scary, but 7-3, 7-3. Josh Allen rushing for a touchdown. I mean, absolutely being a monster, just carrying the whole Tampa Bay defense with him. The Bills beat Tampa Bay 44-32 to improve to 7-3. The Buccaneers, though, just fall to 6-4, so still another good team in the NFC. So
yeah, by the way, the Panthers are not out of that division either. Yeah. At 6-5, Josh, the final boss Hirsch. Yeah, there we go. That's a good one.
Packers beat the Giants 27-20. Texans beat the Titans 16-13, and the Jaguars beat the Chargers 35 to whatever that was. Commanders lose.
Yeah, it's a bad loss there for the Chargers.
34-12. Steelers beat the Bengals. So just rattle off some quick scores at halftime, trying to follow along with the NFL on Fox updates. But 14-9, Rams winning at halftime. Manuel says, "Did you like Josh the OG Iron?" You know what? It's funny is my dad's in my fantasy league, and he has his name as G-Iron. Although my last name's pronounced Hiron, like an H. I do like that my dad has used that G-Iron, like the grid iron.
That is a good one.
Like that. So I do like the OG Iron. I'll take that. It's fine. But we do need a duo nickname. Me and Josh need a duo nickname, like a nickname for the duo. The Josh brothers, like the Hernandez brothers in the Dodgers. So
yes,
something like that.
See, you saw Kike had got the elbow surgery. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not going to play for Puerto Rico for the World Baseball Classic. Unfortunately,
that elbow looked pretty crazy. He posted a picture of the elbow as the last slide on his Instagram. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I don't know how he played through that.
But to me, just get healthy. Get healthy for next year. I like that he is trying to take advantage of that. 6-6, Kansas City and Denver, says TD. So appreciate you for the update on the scores. Floyd says, I agree with the call. I think they should kick field goals all day. Agree with you, Floyd.
Yeah.
But also, it's interesting. I understand what you were saying, Josh. You want to be aggressive there, but at the same time, from Seattle's perspective, look, you didn't get that third down touchdown score. So you kick the field goal, you're down 5, get the football. The idea is you score a touchdown, you get the lead coming out of halftime. So the Rams don't want that to happen, but we do want that to happen for us on the Rams side.
Yeah, we do.
Windu says, see fried chicken. Sure is tasting great right now.
That's a good one. As we have TD saying the Joshua trees. Interesting.
I kind of like that. That's kind of funny.
That is also, fun fact, I've never been to the tree that's named after me, even though I'm in California.
Me either. We do need to go. That's gonna be the next stream. The off-season stream. The Joshua trees go to Joshua Tree.
Off-season, so that's kind of draft stream from Joshua Tree.
I mean, we rent an Airbnb in Joshua Tree, do a live stream for the draft. There we go.
Depends how expensive those are. We gotta see. Wait, I think Dodgers are in season by then, though, so we'd have to hope they're on the road.
True. Eric says, who's kicking field goals for the Rams? It's going to be Harrison Mevis right now, who, by the way, is 2 for 2 on the day for extra points. So far, I've not seen a field goal attempt by Harrison Mevis, but he's been 100% on his extra points so far in his Rams career. Metalhead says, how about just Joshin? I do like that one. I've heard that one before. I like it, though. I don't mind it. Not for me and Josh, but I have other. I mean, Josh is such a popular name. I know a few Joshes. So I've heard Just Josh. And a buddy of mine, his Instagram was like Just Joshin for a while. So.
I mean, if you want to go follow that Instagram, he just gave you an Instagram to go follow, but...
I don't think I don't even know if he's active on Instagram anymore, but at some point his name was Just Joshin, so... that's a good one. Just Joshin around, one of those things.
That's another good one. That's another good one. We gotta think of something. We gotta think of something.
We do. We gotta think of something. What do you think for the Rams, though, Josh? Second half, what are their keys to make adjustments in terms of finishing this football game out?
Adjustments? I would say I think it's a pretty obvious one. By the way, this is also personal, and JSN has already given me 15 points, so he doesn't need any more from me. Thank you, JSN, for your first half fantasy service. So now we can start covering JSN like we should be after, he's done all that. We should be covering him better anyways. I would say dial up some more pressure. Whenever they've gotten pressure on Darnold, he really hasn't been able to do anything. Obviously, he can't do it every play. They're going to figure out a way to beat it eventually. But I feel like as soon as they start getting some momentum on offense, just bring that blitz, man. And it's been working. Or just bring that pressure. Just send everyone, because it's really been working for them. And on offense, I would say get Terrence Ferguson involved. Yeah, tight ends. Chris just said it. You beat me to it, Chris. That's exactly what I was going to say. Get these tight ends more involved. We've seen Higbee get involved a little bit. No Davis Allen yet at all. And Davis Allen has actually been surprisingly pretty good for this Rams team. And I don't want to see more of Colby Parkinson than Terrence Ferguson anymore. I just don't. McVay was saying earlier this week how he couldn't believe he didn't use Ferguson earlier. It's almost like Josh and I were telling him to use Ferguson earlier. Maybe he watched our videos and found out. So I definitely get these tight ends more involved. But besides that, those are the three main things.
I think you're hitting the nail on the head there. Chris as well saying tight ends, right? Like the Rams offense has been looking pretty solid, right? I need more Puka Nacua. I need more Devontae Adams. I mean, we have not seen them efficiently get the football to them right now thus far. And then you're talking about the tight ends, getting them involved, right? We've seen a little bit of Colby Parkinson, a little bit of Tyler Higbee, but not enough to make us comfortable with what the offense typically puts out there. The run game has looked great, especially with Kyren Williams running the football. Keep feeding Kyren. Let Blake Corum get in there in spurts, but again, refrain from mixing it back and forth so much. I think the Rams kind of love doing that a lot, where it's like Kyren, and then the next drive is going to be Blake Corum's drive. Like, no, mix them up both back and forth, because that seems to be when they're most efficient, not when they're kind of getting drives for their own. So that's kind of one of those things here. TD says opening drive for the Rams in the second half will say a lot. Yes, especially on the defense as well. I definitely want to see a 3-and-out would be really important for the Rams, and then scoring the football. I mean, the Seahawks have had a great job of maintaining possession, right? Holding on to the time of possession that second quarter. So if the Rams kind of do the same when they get the football, slow down a little bit, just kind of eat up a lot of first downs on their way to the end zone, that would be ideal for them coming out of the second half. 3 and out, eat up some clock as well.
Yes, I do agree with that. As we look at some of the box score here early, Matthew Stafford, only 50 passing yards in that first half, but still with a touchdown. Kyren Williams, 6 carries for 76 yards and a touchdown. Blake Corum, 5 carries for 9 yards. Obviously, the one play that Stafford was kind of getting pressure, not necessarily going to put that all on Blake Corum. But besides that, Kyren's been a lot more efficient as a runner this game. I think this should be more of a Kyren Williams game. And obviously, Tyler Higbee, the leading receiver, 1 catch for 23 yards. Puka, 1 catch for 10. Colby Parkinson, 1 catch for 8. Xavier Smith, 1 for 8. Kyren, 1 for 5. And Devontae, 1 catch for 1 yard. So the yardage not really coming up here. The Seahawks actually have outgained. It's pretty close, 50 plus 85. You're going to see me do some mental math here. 135, 92 plus 79. We can do this. 92 plus 70 is 162 plus 9. That's 171. So yeah, the Seahawks have outgained the Rams there. I'd like to speed up for some good mental math, by the way. I'm happy with myself with that. So
that was impressive. I wouldn't even tried in my mind. I would have definitely been on the calculator ASAP, not even trying to do it in my head, but great job on you. Let's see. Prakash. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I said, who's going to win today? The Rams, of course.
Yeah, the Rams, obviously. I mean, it is going to be close. This is not an easy game whatsoever. Both of our score predictions had this as a close game. Both of our score predictions very much still in play. The 24-20 and the 27-24, both very much still in play for this game. So I don't think we're going to change our predictions. I'm not. Are you going to change your score prediction?
No, I think we're right on, right? We said it was going to be a bit of a close game. It's 14-9 right now. And you want to see the Rams come out and dominate a little bit in the second half just to feel good about ourselves. But let's be real. It's still a good football team you're playing. And I think it could be a close one, especially because his defense has not been playing exactly how I kind of wanted them to. I think when you put pressure on Sam Darnold, we saw it last year in that Minnesota game with 9 sacks. You can really affect him. We saw it on this game, right? That first Seattle drive, right? You got a little bit of pressure on Sam Darnold in the middle of the field. And if you go back and look at that play, absolutely horrific pass attempt on that interception from Sam Darnold. I mean, He just was fading away. I mean, there was not even a chance for Cooper Kupp to catch that football. So keep putting pressure on the quarterback. I mean, Jared Verse, Byron Young, Braden Fisk, they've been doing a solid job here today. Don't get me wrong. But generally speaking, on the season, where are you guys? Where have you been? They're not having the typical sack parties that we kind of want from them. And I'm not saying that they are playing bad. Don't get me wrong. They're doing their job, and the defense has been playing good all year long. But I kind of want to see them dominate a little bit. I want to see them go out and just kill the other quarterback. Don't even give these teams a chance. And so far, we haven't really seen that throughout this year. They haven't gotten to the quarterback like as much as we kind of anticipated they could, especially early in the year, right? I mean, they played so well early in the season. So, a little Jared Verse action, a little Byron Young action is kind of what I want to see. I hope I'm not too crazy for asking for that. What do you think?
I do agree. Floyd saying it in chat. Well, let's see Jared Verse get going. Been pretty silent this first half. Yes, Byron Young does have 9 sacks on the year. Early on, he was getting a lot, but not
5 in the first 4 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, he looks like the defensive player of the year early in the season. Yeah. Unfortunately, that hasn't really kept going. Eric saying need to get Puka going. Yeah, I agree. Puka and Devontae both need to get going, as Manuel does agree with that there. The big thing to note here is we've been talking about, in case you did not see earlier in the game, the Seahawks do start off with the ball in the second half, which is probably why they went for 3, which does make a bit more sense to me now. But yeah, for the Rams defense, really got to force a 3 and out here or get this defense off the field pretty quickly for the Rams. And also, in case you missed it, Josh, Jalen Ramsey was actually ejected from the Bengals-Steelers game for throwing a punch at Jamar Chase.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, so I'm checking in on former Rams all around.
I heard that I saw a tweet or something that basically said that they questioned whether or not Jamar Chase spat on Jalen Ramsey that caused him to throw punches. Jamar Chase fully denied spitting towards Jalen Ramsey. So interesting stuff to say the least there. By the way, speaking of
have we not learned about this?
I'm sorry?
Have we not learned about that spitting on people is bad?
I mean,
I
you
mean,
just don't.
I don't think I've ever had the urge to spit on anybody.
I mean, it's a pretty disrespectful thing to do. I guess if you want to win a fight, that's one way to kind of just get the rage bait, I guess you could
Yeah,
say.
maybe in like a boxing match, you would do it like towards their legs, but like besides that, or UFC, but like besides that, I don't think it would really help you in any. Like, really, you're gonna. I mean, Jalen Ramsey, man. I mean, he's been having a pretty decent season with the Steelers, but yeah, that's not a good moment. We are gonna get the second half going underway here. Hopefully, some pressure dialed up on
Yeah.
Sam Darnold. 14-9. Seahawks do lead the Rams. By the way, the Seahawks, according to this graphic on Fox, 128 second quarter yards, 1 second quarter yard of offense for the Rams. So that is a real problem, despite the Rams only giving up 6 points in that. I believe it was 6 points in that quarter. I'm going to
And
double check. They may have only been.
it goes to time of possession a little bit, right? Seattle just had the football the entire second quarter. The Rams gave it up pretty quickly, and then all of a sudden, the Seahawks never gave it back, and that was kind of a difficult thing for them to deal with. So now this offense, they might be a little rusty. They haven't been on the field in quite a bit of time. The ball is kicked in the end zone, so it's going to be a 35-yard line. Good field position for Seattle. Sam Darnold in the shotgun. Not too much pressure in his face, but he does throw this football out of bounds. Looks like a little bit of miscommunication with Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. So 2nd and 10 in this second half to start the second half. 14-9 for the Rams. Manuel says, I think it's because the opposite offense doesn't want to feel the rush and get their quarterback sacked, so they are getting the ball out quicker. I agree a little bit, but right now, like on that first play, for example, Sam Darnold drops back, and Braden Fisk is kind of trying to put pressure, but he just has all day to look at all of his options. As we see here, Sam Darnold, 2nd and 10, Kenneth Walker in the backfield. He hands off to Kenneth Walker, who stutter steps and just completely flips the field position. Sam Darnold trying to be the lead blocker and barely gets a yard. Kenneth Walker does. So that Rams defense, first 2 plays holding the Seattle offense to just 1 yard to show for it. 39.
Yeah, 3rd and 9 here coming up. Got to be aware of where JSN is on the field. Yeah, that's just great defense by the Rams. Jared Verse, I think, collided with Cam Crow there, and they both couldn't make the tackle, so they're pretty lucky they only got 1 yard on that.
Jared Verse on the ground. He needed some medical team to come check in on him. McVay comes out, gives him a high five, daps him up, and Verse is jogging to the sideline. So he should be okay. Wouldn't be surprised if you do a blue tent thing here because he may have ran into somebody. You see,
he did run into Cam Crow, I believe.
They block him. His teammate, it's fine. His teammate kind of basically diving in front of him and kind of twists his ankle a little bit. So Jared Verse right ankle going to have a little bit of a twist to it, but nothing too crazy. I'm hoping that it's nothing serious. So he's going on the sideline to get a breather real quick. 3rd and 9. Ball at the 36-yard line for the Seahawks in their own territory. Sam Darnold in the shotgun with Zach Charbonnet to his right. He drops back to pass. Pressure up the middle. Gets hit while he throws. Intercepted. Kobe Durant. Interception for the Rams. Their 2nd of the day. You put pressure on Sam Darnold. He's going to make a mistake. Kobe Durant all over the receiver. Might have been JSN if I'm not mistaken. Sam Darnold hit while he throws. Interception. Football Rams to start the second half.
That was towards JSN. Kobe Durant was right there anyway, so even if Sam Darnold wasn't hit, I actually think that still could have been at least deflected because that was not a great ball into a one-on-one coverage scenario. And that's what you need to do for JSN. You let JSN, get a few catches for personal reasons, and then after that, you keep on covering him. And this is great coverage here, great pressure. I didn't see who got that sack, but Kobe Durant getting the interception. I'm going to see a replay. And that was Byron Young who got the pressure on him. And good thing for not hitting him too high up there for getting him a roughing the passer penalty. So good thing he was able to control his body there as well.
100%.
So this interception will stand. And this is the start that the Rams needed. Get a turnover, get you some points, score a touchdown here, and make this a 2-score game.
100%. I mean, exactly what you wanted. Maybe a 3 and out. Instead, the Rams say, just give me the football now and let's get a chance to score immediately. But like Manuel says, it was Agent Zero on the pressure. You put pressure on Sam Darnold, he's going to make mistakes. And that's what he does there. As right now on this first possession for the Rams, they're going to be a little rusty. They haven't had the ball in their hands for a while as Stafford throws that one into the turf. It's going to be 2nd and 10 here. Play action rolls to his right, a little bit of pressure. He just gets rid of it. So the Rams going to need to see this offense put some points on the board, even if it's just 3. I want 7, but even if it's just 3, you got to score here on this drive. You got to take advantage of that interception.
Yes. And by the way, if they do have to attempt a field goal, this will be Harrison Mevis' first field goal attempted.
But 2nd and 10, let's hope they can get some more yards and a first down instead. Stafford in the shotgun, Kyren to his left. He drops back to pass, looks over the middle of the field, finds Puka Nacua, who fumbles the football. The football is out. The Seahawks recover the football. They're running it back here at the 35-yard line. Brought back down by Jordan Whittington. Fumble Puka Nacua. I don't think there's a question about it. He fumbled that football, lost it, and the Seahawks recovered it. Kobe Bryant, I think it was. Is that on Seattle? Punches the football out. I mean, talk about a peanut Pac-Man punch. Same thing we've seen from Nate Landman. Kobe Bryant, as he runs over to Puka, just absolutely punches that football out. Closed fist. Puka fumbled on the play. Seahawks with possession. Very, very unfortunate.
It was right after they showed the turnover margin, with the Rams having a +9 on the season, but unfortunately, yeah, some guy named Thomas ended up recovering that fumble. Just you get the key interception, you get the big play, and then you fumble it right back. And a guy like Puka, especially too, who does not have fumbling issues, it really does not make a lot of sense to me whatsoever that ended up.
I was looking on Underdog Sports, the sports betting app, just always looking at some of the bets they have, and one of them was Puka Nacua loses a fumble, and it was like plus like 9.5 or something. Like the odds of him were pretty low of him losing a fumble. Obviously, it's hard to call fumbles in general, but Manuel says I'm not a superstitious guy, but I did take my Rams rivalry hat off for the last part of the second quarter, but put it back on to start the third quarter. Maybe you took it off again, though. As Manuel says, I'm just going to keep the hat on for the rest of this game. Damn, I spoke too soon. Fumbled by Puka. Floyd says he definitely fumbled. Yeah, it's not a question about it. Lost, fumble, Andres. The only reaction he can have, that anyone could have, fudge brownies. Tough one on that one. Yeah, definitely unfortunate for the Rams there. But hey, the defense did look good to come out of this second half, so it's not really ideal to see that happen. But this Rams team, the way they're kind of built, they kind of like supporting one another. The defense, I'm sure, has a mentality of, okay, cool, we'll go out and get the football back. Manuel says, I don't remember Puka fumbling. This is probably his first or maybe second one. Yeah, I can't remember the last time Puka has fumbled the football.
Yeah, I can't really remember it either, actually. He's very, very sound with the football. Not what you want to see. You force an interception and then you fumble it right back. Not what you want to see here at all. Now your defense is right back on the field after a nice short defensive possession. They now have to come back on the field. I mean, they've already been pretty tired. They've had to be out there a lot, especially in the second quarter. So
I did say
not what you want to see for the Rams.
I did say as well, like this Rams offense, right, gonna be a little rusty, and Puka, you see him on the fumble. I mean, he literally sees the defender coming over. He goes to wrap up with two hands. It's just a great play by the defense. Sometimes that's all it really is, a straight punch on the football. Very difficult to keep your hands on it, as Kenneth Walker gets the first down handoff. He only gains about 2 on the play. So second and 7 for the Seahawks. Sam Darnold today, 10 for 18, just 92 yards with 2 interceptions and no touchdowns. So the Rams did a pretty good job.
Yeah, they are. They are. Kenneth Walker with a nice little run there gets a couple. But yeah, the Rams defense has been solid in terms of not giving up points. Obviously, with 2 interceptions, one of them led to a touchdown, and now this one not really doing much at all. Didn't do much at all with it, obviously fumbling. And now Puka looking pretty frustrated on the sidelines. This defense has got to come through yet again.
Sam Darnold, play action, fades out to his left and finds Raheed Shaheed for the first down. Newly acquired Raheed Shaheed. By the way, second time in 3 weeks the Rams are facing Raheed Shaheed, as he was on the Saints just a couple of weeks ago when the Rams did face off against the Saints before the trade deadline. So interesting to see him out there, as he caught a few balls by Tyler Show in that football game. So Sam Darnold here drops back to pass in the shotgun, and I mean Byron Young's is getting held. I don't understand how we're not calling that. They don't call it. He doesn't get to the quarterback, and instead Barner catches for a first down and a little bit more. I mean, I felt like Byron Young was obviously getting held. One of his arms is completely not even able to get to the quarterback.
Oh, that's a hold. That is a clear hold. The refs need to call that. That's not. I can go on and on about refereeing. Honestly, part of me wants to make a whole video just for myself on why robot refs should be in every single sport. But yeah, just
I,
that's
I don't
that's
really
not
understand.
that's a hold.
He's holding
It's
one
a
of his
hold.
arms.
Manuel's
So
been saying it in the chat the whole time. It's a hold, and now Manuel's saying it's been all game. I believe you. I know
yeah,
you've been saying it, but now I've really been trying to pay closer attention to it. And you're right. That's a clear hold. Zabel's a nice rookie, but that's a hold. I don't care if he's a rookie. You got to call it.
no, 100%. They're showing some highlights here of the pressures on the quarterback, and like Manuel was saying, I mean, you look at some of these clips. I mean, it's just getting held. I mean, left and right. I mean, are they holding for longer than 1 or 2 seconds? Some of these maybe not, but I mean, if he's grabbing his jersey and he's especially that last one, grabbing the arm of Byron Young, not letting him get free, and then the back of his jersey, I don't really understand how that's not a hold. Refs don't call the obvious one, it feels like. We're going to move on from it. 2nd and 8 here. The ball is already at the Rams' 27-yard line. Handoff goes to Kenneth Walker. He shakes and jukes a couple players here. He's going to go down, 3rd down now. It's going to be about 3rd and 2 here. 11 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. 14-9. Rams still lead in this football game, but Seattle threatening to score. And if they score 7 or more, obviously this is going to be a go-ahead score for them. But we'll see if the Rams can hold them to a 3-point
Yeah,
field goal.
Samuel in chat actually pretty interesting here. It says I used to play D end and tight end, so I always watched the line of scrimmage when I watch football. What level did he play at, Manuel? Did he play high school, college? Let us know.
Sam Darnold hands off to Kenneth Walker yet again, who gets a lot of space to the right. He kind of could have maybe got more, but he gets tripped up. So it's going to be a 1st down for Seattle yet again. 10-15 to go in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, I would love to hear more about your playing career, Manuel. I did not play football. Believe it or not, I was actually real skinny back in the day. In high school, I was a lot lighter than I am now, and so I was always a little scared to play. Just didn't want to get hurt, but I was also focused on my basketball career. Thought I was going to the NBA until I realized I was 5'10" and couldn't jump at all, so that wasn't going to be the ideal.
Yeah. I played basketball in high school too, not football. So
Kenneth Walker breaks off to the left. Touchdown, Seahawks. Looked pretty easy, but he has his hands on his face mask because there is a penalty. And you don't get that wide open unless there's a hold. And finally, we see a flag on the Seahawks defense, our offensive line, for holding here. Let's take a look at what this play actually was.
And he celebrated like crazy. There's a lot of Seahawks fans there too, which is kind of surprising me. Yeah, let's see where this hold ended up being on, as they're going to show a replay here shortly. Finally, a holding call on the Seahawks. Let's see about this. It's on number 89.
Looks like it, and it definitely would have been something that slowed down that run if the hold wasn't there. So great call by the officials. Sam Darnold in the shotgun with nobody in the backfield. The ball is exactly on the 25-yard line. Darnold drops back to pass, looks to his right. Rashid Shaheed was going to catch a touchdown, and Emmanuel Forbes says, no, you're not. Absolutely incredible play by Emmanuel Forbes to stick his hand in. Rashid Shaheed put his hand up like, no way, that was a touchdown. And instead, Forbes says, no, thank you. Not in my house. Great defensive
Yeah, that's a great two
play
hands there, and that might have been a pick. With 2 hands there, that could have been another interception. Manuel saying I played all sports, but basketball is my favorite sport. I love the way they dribble up and down the court. Might be referencing the song as well there. So nice double reference. That's a great play from Forbes, man. Forbes has been awesome these last few weeks. Not great to start the year, but right now he's been playing like the Rams' best corner. Witherspoon is close to coming back. Looking at the injury report, should be within the next month here. So Witherspoon making some nice headway there in his recovery.
And the good thing for Witherspoon is that now with Emmanuel Forbes playing the way he's playing, you're traded for Roger McCreary. Darius Williams is back and healthy. Everybody, Kobe Durant's healthy. Like, that is helping Ahkello Witherspoon feel less pressure to come back and rush from his injury. So really positive to see Emmanuel Forbes on that play. I mean, literally touchdown saving play. And if he wasn't as tall as he is, or his arms weren't as long as his arms are, that play doesn't get made. So 3rd and 11 here after a huge gain from a tight end screen for the Seahawks. Still 3rd and 11. They had the ball at about the Rams 17, 16-yard line. Barner gets the catch on the outside, but Kobe Durant with a huge tackle brings him down. It's going to be 4th down for the Seahawks with a decision to make. 4th and 5 or 6, and I don't really see
you got to
them
kick that. 4th and 5, you got to kick.
Going for it.
Great tackle there from Durant, as you said. I think you got to kick that. That's too far.
Yeah, 4th and 6. The field goal unit is out on the field for a 29-yard field goal attempt. You got to kick it once you see that you're not going to be within 3 or 4 yards here. So 14-9, 8:05 to go. The kick is up from Jason Myers. The kick is good. No surprises there. It is going to be 14-12. So look, the Rams started this football game out looking pretty good. Now with a bunch of field goals from the Seattle Seahawks to respond, it's a 2-point game. So a close game. We'll wait and see on what the Rams offense does. But again, they haven't had the football. I mean, last time they come out, they bring the football out. Like Josh said earlier, 2nd quarter, they gained 1 yard in the 2nd quarter. 3rd quarter, they gained nothing, I don't think, and then a fumble, right? So that's been really rough for the offense. They just haven't even had a chance, really, to get out there and play football. So the offense needs to knock some rust off, as they have not really played since the 1st quarter at this point in this 3rd. We have, it's read saying Barner. We had Manuel saying Forbes has the athleticism. I think he just needed to be coached up, and for the Rams to believe in him. Yeah, agree with you there, Manuel. It's Reed holding the 3, no fly zone. Eric says, are you guys from California? We both are from California. I was born and raised in east of Los Angeles. I don't say East LA because I wasn't necessarily born like Boyle Heights, Lincoln Heights, but I was born east of LA, kind of San Gabriel Valley area. Josh was more Orange County, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I was actually born overlooking Angels. Apparently, I've been told the window from the room I was born in, you could see Angel Stadium.
Wow. Okay, there you go.
And then from that moment, as a baby, I probably thought to myself, yeah, Artie Moreno, no good. I'm going to be a Dodger fan. Well, and my family I have a lot of family in LA who are Dodger fans. I've been a Dodger fan since 2008. So.
It's Reed says, bend don't break. I'm okay with this. Yeah, I agree with you, Reed. It's just now the offense has to go out there and score, right? They haven't really had a chance, like I said, but it's because of them a little bit, right? 3 and outs and fumbles. It's not really how you want to play football, so they need to hold on to this football a little bit on this possession and then score a touchdown. You can't end this one with 3 with this game being so close now. Andres says this is a freaking game. Yeah, hey, we knew it was going to be, right? We knew it was going to be. I had said 27-24. Josh said 24-21, right?
No, 24-20.
24-20 for his score prediction, which is getting close there. So we'll wait and see on how this game finishes. Manuel says, I think that fumble is going to really piss off Puka, and he's going to come back playing like a monster that he is. Yeah, I'm hoping that is the case. Floyd says, Rams need to answer, preferably with a touchdown. Agreed with you there. Manuel, I know that I've said this in a previous chat, but I used to live in Boyle Heights. Yeah. No, out of respect to East LA, I don't say I'm from East LA. I say I'm from east of LA, like San Gabriel Valley. You know, I told you, Manuel, I'm in Alhambra now, but grew up kind of like Monterey Park, Montebello area. So it's like, you know, it's not East LA necessarily, but I'm literally 5 minutes from East LA. So one of those things. Did you where'd you go to school, Josh, after high school?
Oh, for college?
Yeah.
Oh, I went to Chapman. So.
Oh, that's right. You said this before.
Yeah. Stayed local.
It's a good school.
Yeah, it was fun. Good experience. Got to do some of the sports games there. Some
awesome.
Yeah, some D3 football. What do you know about D3 football? Probably nothing, and it's okay. But
literally nothing. I know literally nothing about D3.
Hey, Chapman, conference champs this year. Just won their conference yesterday.
There you go. I like that. Yeah,
they played in the rain.
My Cal LA Golden Eagles did not have a football team. So D2 basketball, though. What do you know about that, huh? We got some players overseas, I think, right now. I know there's one guy who plays out in the Philippines, I think. So.
Hey, Chapman football has got someone playing in the Germany Professional Football League. So. Chapman basketball is decent too. Our men's lacrosse team, fun fact, is actually D1 because it's a club team. So. Men's
On that
lacrosse one
first
time was
down
ranked
throw,
top 10 in the country for club lacrosse. So
there you go. Gain of 7 from Puka Nacua. Very physical catch there from Puka. Already looking angry there. As 2nd and 3, they go to Puka Nacua again with an incredible catch. The whole Seahawks sideline saying, hell no, he did not catch it. Puka says, first down. And he's getting physical with the cornerback at the line of scrimmage. So you know that fumble did piss him off as he gets back-to-back catches to come out. He's flexing, running to the sideline now. Catch, he's fading. He gets 1 toe in, 2 toes in, and the Seattle Seahawks sideline all had a front row seat for it, and they still got it wrong. So you no wonder how some of these refs.
no, well, they didn't get it wrong. They wanted it to be incomplete. Because if you say incomplete, the ref might believe you. I don't blame them. I mean, if I'm on the Rams sideline, that's a Seahawks player. You got to do the same thing. That's not even close. How do you not come on sideline? That wasn't even close.
On the first down play here, it's going to be a loss of 3. Boye Mafe off the edge absolutely stuffs Blake Corum. And this is one of those games, guys. Stop letting Blake Corum run the football. It's just not working right now. Let's let Kyren Williams be your guy. Yes, it's not Blake Corum's fault. Whatever, I don't care. Every time Blake Corum touches the football, it's been a little bit rough for him right now. It's not working. It's okay. Feed Kyren and mix in Corum when you see fit out of nowhere. But right now, I want to see more Kyren in the backfield.
Yes.
As Stafford in the shotgun, Blake Corum to his left. He does look left, finds Corum, or looks for Corum, I should say. Ball is short of him, so it's going to be 3rd down and 13 to go. 6 minutes and 6 seconds to go in this third quarter. 14-12, the Rams with the lead. We'll read some of these chats in just a second as we continue this drive here.
Oh God, I just saw the second down play. That's not a good throw there whatsoever. DeMarcus Lawrence again involved. It's almost like again the Cowboys should keep your best defensive players, but yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence making a key impact for and Terrence Ferguson signing is in the game here on 3rd and 13. Josh.
Yeah, it is going to be a lot of pressure on Stafford, but he throws it deep to Davante Adams. And Davante just drops the ball. I mean, that's your Hall of Famer. I need to make that catch. And he is frustrated with himself. He knows he should have made this one. Stafford, 5 guys on the pressure. Kyren trying to help. Stafford absolutely pummeled by Williams. Little bit behind, but hits Adams both of his hands. And he just doesn't make the catch.
He's got to catch this. He's got to catch this ball here. This is right through his hands too, pretty much. If you look at this, Stafford able to, yeah, he did get hit hard there by Leonard Williams. Good no call though, didn't hit him high or low. Still a bit behind Adams, but that's a ball that he can catch.
Look like Ethan Evans also got hit on the punts. He doesn't necessarily draw a flag, and then the punt kind of nice weird bounce to it. So Shaheed able to catch on the run and get him up to about the 30-yard line. So decent field position for Seattle as they come out and try to get the go-ahead score here for the Seattle Seahawks. It's a good game right here, but the Rams offense is not looking pretty in this, honestly, since the first quarter. And so that's been the biggest issue for them right now.
It has been for sure. We're going to look at the chats here. Want to know about D3 football? Not a damn thing. Hey, I don't blame him, man. I don't blame him, Manuel. Shane is saying, let's go Rams. I agree. On the Verge says Valencia High School. Manuel is saying, he's heard the chatter about JSN being the best receiver in the NFL. Puka's heard that. There's a case for it. I wouldn't say so, but there is a case for it. Manuel is saying misplot by Higbee. I do agree. And Illuminating says, today we're eating Seahawk with rice and salad. Sounds like a good meal. Frederick says, go Rams from Dallas, Texas. Thank you, Frederick. Floyd is saying, that's Davante's 3rd time he's got his hands on the ball and not caught it. Yeah, off game for Davante as well. Off game for the whole offense. Manuel saying it was a bit behind, but you know the rule for receivers. If you get your hands on the ball, got to catch it. I agree. Floyd saying exactly. Manuel has got to catch those even if they're lightly off. Get 2 hands on it. You got to catch it. Yeah, I agree. That wasn't the best ball, but that wasn't the worst ball either. Like, that was definitely a catchable pass.
With the pressure that was in,
does have to make the play.
The pressure that was in Stafford's face, that was a pretty good football to be thrown in the middle of the field. And I think Adams would say himself he needs to come down with that catch. I know earlier we saw here, it looked like Floyd said maybe hit his hands, and he should have. It's third time. He should have caught that. Yeah, a couple of earlier ones, I would say maybe not as much, but I think he did a pretty good job. I mean, he's done a pretty good job so far, but I mean, yeah, he needs to catch that football, especially the last one. And then you're going up here, Valencia High School for On the Verge. Shout out to you there. And then I wanted to make sure we don't miss Eric saying IE area from Corona, California. So shout out to you as well. Yeah, Manuel, Los Angeles is a gigantic area, but I did want to ask Frederick. Are you from Dallas, Texas, and did you just avoid the Dallas Cowboys, or was it like maybe tired of the Cowboys, you became a Rams fan? I'm curious for you, Frederick, or maybe you're from LA. Want to know about that. And then Chosen said, is Stafford hurt? He got hit pretty hard there.
I don't know.
I don't think he's hurt. Adam's very frustrated with himself on the sideline here. I'm looking at it. But I don't think Stafford was dealing with any type of injury after that hit. I think it was just a hard hit. I think he's okay. We'll wait and see on any updates for that. As Sam Darnold has the ball, able to avoid some pressure here, finds Barner, who fumbled the football, but gets it back. Might have fumbled it because the ground, but either way, he made sure he got on top of that football just in case. Time of possession combined for the second quarter and third quarter. So not including the first quarter. Seattle's had the ball 20 minutes. The Rams have had the ball for 3 minutes. I mean, this offense has just not had the football in the second or third quarter, and that's really hurting this offense. Their continuity, their explosiveness is just not there right now because they haven't been on the field. I mean, it's like they're coming out and starting a whole new football game.
Pretty much, yeah. Every time they touch the ball, it is pretty much like a whole new game right now. And for the Rams, they've done a great job keeping the Seahawks out of the end zone, but at a certain point, you got to get back in the end zone, at least get something on the board here with the third quarter winding down, 2-point game. It's time to step it up on the offensive side for sure.
After a run by Charbonnet, it's going to be 3rd and 1 here for the Seahawks. Huge third down for the Rams. If they can get a stop, it would be huge for their offense, but they're going to go ahead and go tight end Barner, tush push. We'll see if he can get it. Gets a couple huts in there. He's going to snap the football. The Rams stuffed him, and he is stuffed all together. It's going to be a 4th and 1 for the Seahawks. They did try to make some interesting play there, like almost a fake tush push with a couple receivers just running out. But the Rams were not faked at all. They said, I don't care about that. We're going to go ahead and focus on Barner, and they slow him down. 4th and 1.
Josiah Stewart did come out of there with the football, by the way. So they might want to look at this.
I think on the replay I just watched, it's fine. I think he's down, but you let me know what you think. Either way, 4th down, the call on the field. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go. This punt is up, and the Rams will get possession here. Fair catch from Kyren Williams. The ball is caught at the 12-yard line. So the Rams are going to have not the greatest field position, but they need to maintain possession on this drive and end it with 7. Floyd says finally a 3-and-out.
Yes, finally a 3-and-out for us. Well, they had the interception 3-and-out, but then they fumbled. So they did have that as well earlier in this half. Good catch there from Kyren, obviously. And yeah, this is the time to get the offense back going. I'm very shocked the Seahawks actually did not end up going for that 4th down because you're down 2. That's the time to do it. I get the defense has been playing really well. And Frederick in chat just said, been a Rams fan since 1975 when the Cowboys 28-7 win. I felt sorry, then became a fan. I will say, Frederick, you made an amazing decision.
Yeah,
because I'm sure you know a lot of Cowboys fans out there, and they'll tell you this is their year. I have Cowboy fan friends who tell me this is their year, and I know they know it's not, but they have to say it. Because it's a rule to be a Cowboys fan, and I'm sure you have to tell everyone you know it's your year.
That's an interesting call to be in the Dallas area and be like, you know what, I feel bad for this Rams team. I'm gonna go ahead and be a Rams fan. And all these years later, it kind of is worth it. I guess Frederick did experience the 90s, though. He did experience the Cowboys winning, so that must have been tough. But now I'm sure the last 25, 30 years, you've been okay with that decision, Frederick, for sure. But thanks for sharing that story. I was curious about what you're feeling on how you became a Cowboys fan out there. Need to stop now. We did get a stop, so great there. Okay, for extra precaution, Manuel says. You read that one already? I'm gonna put my
Oh, I
rivals.
did not. I got it for extra precaution. I'm gonna put my rivals, hoodie on over my rivalries Williams jersey and my rivalries hat. Wow, yeah, you got it all. You're gonna have the full fit on. It might be needed right now. It might be needed. TD saying a Rams fan since Vince Ferragamo took them to a Super Bowl. I'll be honest, couldn't tell you who Vince is. I'm
Before my
sorry.
time. Before my time, T. We're more like the early 2000s era, Josh and I.
Yeah, definitely. If you're talking about the Steven Jackson Rams, now we're talking. But and Manuel with a donation of 199. Thank you, Manuel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you again. Is that 3 straight streams for Manuel donating?
I think it is. I think it is. So, Manuel, we appreciate you beyond. I mean,
Yes.
more than you know. And I have to say, Manuel, now that this donation just came, it immediately reminded me. I bought Ghost of Tsushima. Was not a
Oh,
fun purchase for me. It made me sad at first when I paid $70 for it. But that game is incredible. I will finish this game, and I will be for sure playing Ghost of Yoti. Yoti, is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I never would have thought, and I never really would have looked for a open world samurai game. But I mean, of course, an open world. You're riding a horse. You're a samurai in Japan versus the Mongols. I mean, why wouldn't you want a game like that? This game is so fun. It's incredible. I love it. I've been playing pretty much every day this week, so gotta give you that shout, Manuel, for that donation.
okay. So you got the game. All right, all right. And shows insane. It's been a funky game so far. It has been. Kyren carried on first down for 4 yards. Second and 4. Manuel said, I told you so, Josh. It's the game of the year. I believe he's talking to you about the video game, but this game also, the Rams game, looks to be a game of the year contender as well.
Yeah, that's a really good game right here. I don't know about game of the year because I think a lot of people like offenses when you're talking about game of the year. But defensively, both of these teams are really doing a good job of getting to one another. And then just on both sides, they're really playing just really it's weird. It's been a funky game. That's the best way to put it from Chosen, right? I mean,
Yes.
both teams aren't dominating necessarily, but they're both hitting good spots in the right moments, and it's making for a close one for sure. And it's going to be down to the wire as we get to the end of this game. At 2nd and 11, Stafford flings it down the field. And who said Puka was going to get mad and angry and start balling? Because you looks like you were correct. Puka Nacua, his third catch of this third quarter, and he's been absolutely balling since his fumble. A little bit of a body push on Woolen, and he makes that catch. Incredible route, incredible throw, incredible catch.
Yeah, great play there by Matthew Stafford to Puka Nacua. And Manuel was saying video game of the year. He was talking about the Ghost of Yoti game. I unfortunately do not have a PS5, so I will not be able to get this game. But yeah, it does sound fun. It does sound fun. We're going to tune in for next week because Josh will tell you if he has completed the game.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I have enough time to complete the game actually next weekend. I'm going to tell you too, Josh. I might be out of town, so we'll see. Likely, I won't be here. I think you should stream, though, Josh. We should go solo stream for you maybe next week. We'll see. We'll wait and see. We'll see what the people want.
We'll
especially
see.
because we're getting some traction here. We got 114 consistent viewers. Appreciate all of you guys. Remember, like and subscribe if you are not normally here. We appreciate you joining in as Stafford's in the shotgun here. 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. Stafford fakes to his right. Davante Adams is begging for a flag. Nobody is throwing one. So 1 minute, 49 seconds to go in this third quarter. 14-12, and the Rams are facing a very difficult 3rd and 10 here in their own territory. If they don't get a first down here, you really start being concerned about where you are in this football game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Potentially that will be the case. And Manuel's saying it's a long game if you're not gonna complete it by next week unless you stay up 24/7.
Good to know. Good to know there. We have Stafford in the shotgun. He sends Tyler Higbee in motion. He has 0 seconds on the clock, and they throw a flag. I think McVay may have saved the day and called a timeout just in time, and that looks like that's what the refs are calling. A first timeout for the Rams here in this third quarter, but that is huge. This is a close game. You're anticipating this to be a close game. down to the wire of this fourth quarter.
Yes.
Now the Rams are going to be down one timeout because of a simple mistake there.
It's better than like it was in the first half where you had no timeouts after the first quarter. But having two is still good. Like if you get the ball back, you got two timeouts, let's say at the end, that is still a good situation to be in. I'd rather you use the timeout there than get the delay of game, obviously. So yeah, the Rams definitely need to get this offense cooking again. Like to get some points up here before the end of this third quarter.
Before that, they have to get a first down here on this 3rd and 10. Again, ball at about the 23-yard line. It is not going to be an easy play, but if anyone could do it, Stafford and this receiving core can. It's going to be third quarter, 1 minute and 49 seconds to go. 3rd and 10. Stafford last week, 24 for 36. This week, not nearly as good, and he snaps the ball quickly and too quickly. It's a flag. False start on the offense, and again, I mean, you go back to the way Seattle has, I don't know if they've been winning football games all year long this way, but absolutely dominating time of possession since the first quarter, and that has really been affecting this offense. I mean, this Rams offense, they just can't get in a groove. They really just cannot get on the same page.
Not at all. Not at all. Zero groove to this Rams offense. You know, they're not really being able to do much right now. That's going to be on Rob Havenstein, that penalty. So for this Rams, it's on Sean McVay really in LaFleur to get this offense back going. 3rd and 15 now, by the way. They're on the verge of giving the Seahawks the ball back at pretty much midfield with where they'd be punting from. So definitely not great. You got to get a first down here. Leonard Williams trying to get the crowd hyped.
The Rams throw to Puka Nacua on a receiver screen. He gets nearly all of it, but he's tackled short of the first down. But there is a flag on the play. Stafford's looking around. He looks confused. McVay's looking at his sheet. It's going to be 4th and 1 here. I think the refs may have picked the flag up. Not really sure. Not seeing any call coming. But I'm also not seeing any movement from the Rams. McVay, never mind. I'm completely wrong. McVay does send the punting unit out. He is not happy about it. And it's 1 minute, 30 seconds to go. Ethan Evans out for the punt. The punt is up, down, trying to pin the Seahawks down as far as he can put them. And he puts them at about the 26, 27-yard line. 28. The ref keeps walking. 29-yard line or so for the Seahawks coming back. So, like Chosen says, totally off rhythm. It's just the offense is out of the groove, man. It's just out of a groove right now. They're just not really on the same page. What else can you say?
Yeah, they're not. The first quarter looked like the Rams were going to absolutely run away with this one, but unfortunately that is not the case. The Seahawks doing a great game here. As we have some breaking news from around the NFL, Cleveland Browns, Shedeur Sanders is in the game. For the Cleveland Browns, Dylan Gabriel unfortunately being evaluated for a concussion, but
not good.
Shedeur Sanders is in the game.
Not good, but I did invest in Jerry Jeudy, just picking him up off of waivers. He had a good game last week after catching a touchdown from Gabriel, but I was anticipating this moment right here. I said, let me see if I can hold on to Jeudy, keep him on my bench, and see if he can make something happen. I had to start him today because I had no other receivers. And Jerry Jeudy at 2 points right now, but with Shedeur Sanders coming in the game, I would love to see what that is going to turn out for, how that's going to turn out for the Browns. Let's see here. Manuel says, you know how you get the offense in the groove. You run the damn ball. Not what the Rams have been doing so far. And Kyren's been having a game. And every time I see them run it lately, it's Blake Corum. Give Kyren the ball. He's been having himself a pretty good game so far. Havenstein maybe getting the point where he's too old. Maybe. I think he's been pretty good. But he's had his moments for sure today, not great ones. And Wells says it wouldn't be a rivalry game if it wasn't close, right? True.
Yes.
Lloyd says true. He agrees with that as well. So Frederick, back on the Cowboys talk because he's from Dallas, says my mother was a Cowboys fan. We're Cowboy fans. It was 9 of us. 8 were Cowboy fans. My dad was my hero, but when the Rams beat the Cowboys in the 79 last minute, he was just looking at me. Yeah, it's always funny being a fan of a team that your dad isn't really a fan of, right? My dad's a Raiders fan, and it's not really uncommon in Los Angeles to be a Raiders fan, but I just couldn't jump on that bandwagon because, just the Raiders were never that good. And my dad honestly didn't watch the Raiders when I was a kid. They weren't good. It was Jamarcus Russell era. He was not
Oh
watching.
God.
He was not watching that era. So Austin Powers says, what's going on? Haven't been able to watch. So the Rams started out really well, Austin, playing pretty well in the first quarter. Since then, it's been all Seahawks, and they've just been dominating time of possession. They haven't been dominating the Rams. It's 14-12. The Rams are still up, but the Seahawks have just had the ball so long. The Rams' offense is just completely discombobulated as Sam Darnold uncorks one, throws it all the way deep down the field, and just Cooper Kupp could not find the football. So out of bounds, flag on the play. They pan the camera to Sam Darnold. His jersey's off his shoulder. So they're going to call this roughing the passer.
Really?
I would think they might have pointed to Seattle. Holding on the offense. Okay, so I'm wrong there.
Finally.
I'm predicting that flag.
Finally.
Yeah, holding on the offensive line, like Josh said, finally. I mean, it's been all night long. He just gets on both shoulder pads, looks like a Braden Fisk. About time they call something. It's been happening all night long. We'll see if that continues. 1st and 20, huge for the Rams. They need to continue to get a stop here. You cannot let them get a first down on 1st and 20. Pressure up the middle a little bit, but Sam Darnold throws a pick. He throws another interception.
What?
It looks like Cam Kitchens again. 3rd interception on the day for Sam Darnold. Pressure a little bit up the middle, but Darnold just an incredibly bad decision. Don't know who he was throwing that football to. Cam Kitchen says, I think it was for me because I was wide open.
It was a bad pass. That was an awful pass.
Another interception.
Please. Last time you fumbled after an interception, this needs to be a touchdown. You're at the 25? Score.
Darnold snaps the ball. He's under center. Looks to his right, just forces that football in, and Cam Kitchens just reads the eyes of the quarterback. I mean, Darnold, you got to look away. He tries to throw to Eric Arroyo from Miami, the rookie tight end, up the seam, and he just stared him down the entire time. I think the receiver running his route with the cornerback in the area just kind of blocked Cam Kitchens. And so
Kitchens was almost space, actually, I think. Kind of like Cam Kitchens kind of get that interception there. Bad ball. Rams so close to a touchdown from Emilio. Yes. Austin saying Mahomes just threw a pick 2, perfectly in sync. Yeah, I mean, not surprised playing the Denver defense. Any big injuries? Xavier Smith getting evaluated, but that's kind of it from what I can tell, unless that there is something else. Jared Verse twisted his ankle, but I don't think it's anything too major. As on 1st and 10, Stafford throws to Winnington for his first catch in a few weeks, and he almost gets the first down.
Yeah, it's 2nd and 1 now. 34 seconds to go. 14-12. Rams are up, threatening to score in the red zone. They're at the 17-yard line of Seattle Seahawks territory. The handoff goes to Kyren up the middle. He gets stuffed, so it's going to be 3rd and about inches for the Rams coming into the 4th quarter. So the 2nd quarter and 3rd quarter absolutely dominated time of possession by the Seattle Seahawks. The Rams have to take over the 1st and 4th quarters. That interception from Sam Darnold does help a lot. And now, I will say this to take a quick break as we're going into the 4th quarter here. This is what we talked about, right? When a lot of people say, oh, the Seahawks were the number 1 team in the NFC, number 1 team maybe in the NFL. I think Sam Darnold doesn't really scare Rams fans after we saw him in Minnesota. And because of that, you see in this game, we're seeing why, right? That lack of confidence or lack of fear, I guess, of Sam Darnold kind of comes to fruition. Like, I'm not really worried about this team being Seattle in general for the full season because Sam Darnold just has these moments a lot, and especially when you get pressure on him. 3 picks. I mean, that's absolutely horrific. The fact that he's still in this football game with 14-12 score is insane. I mean, the Rams should actually be dominating this football game.
Yeah, really, they should be. And this needs to be a touchdown here. Get a touchdown. Get yourself at that 21-point mark. Make this a 21-12 game. And then just pressure Sam Darnold. If you score a touchdown here, just keep on pressuring him. He's going to keep throwing picks. The O-line's gotten better, and he's gotten a little better at avoiding sacks, but the turnovers are still there. I said it. Sam Darnold can go pumpkin mode, and he's been doing it right now. We can't lose a game where Sam Darnold has 3 picks. Again, that's the thing with Sam Darnold. I mean, Geno Smith throws a lot of interceptions. So does Sam Darnold. If something's going to be in their games. Austin saying, dang, Devontae, one catch. Yeah, has not been a good game for Devontae. Has had a few drops. Does have a touchdown, though. Manuel is saying Sam Darnold had these moments when he was playing for USC. Yes and no. I think the interceptions weren't as big of a deal at USC as they are now. I mean, obviously, he was on the Jets and the Panthers, two organizations that we all know do not know how to develop quarterbacks. Although Bryce Young almost had 450 yards today, but that's besides the point. Bad throws or just drops. Devontae had one that was just a drop, and then one that was a slightly bad throw, but he probably still could have caught because it hit his hands. Stafford has had some misses though today. He's definitely been less effective than he was the last couple weeks.
Dylan Gabriel, by the way, for the Browns, officially out already, ruled out for that game. Hoping he's okay. But Shedeur Sanders' season in Cleveland, we're gonna have to wait and see that. I gotta check the highlights after this game is all done here. But speaking on Austin, I know you're trying to check in on the game. So the Rams offense honestly just hasn't had the football. Again, in the second quarter, third quarter, the Seahawks absolutely dominated time of possession. 3-and-out from the Rams early in the second quarter, and then when they had the football after an interception from Sam Darnold, a fumble from Puka Nacua. Just a great punch out from the defense. Puka's woken up since then, but Devontae has been a little quiet. 3rd-and-1 here. The ball is at about the 11-yard line in Seattle Seahawks territory. Kyren runs the football and says, "Get off of me," running with the defender Ernest Jones, former Ram, on his back. It's going to be a first down for the Rams.
It is, and it says here TD saying Higbee questionable with a knee injury. Floyd saying offense has no rhythm. I do agree that can change here though with the Rams within striking distance. Nice run there from Kyren. Going to give us a 1st and goal.
George Kittle, by the way, touchdown for San Fran. I'm playing against him in fantasy. He's 21 fantasy points, 35-10 for San Fran versus Arizona. So score update there. No surprises, dominating Arizona. Yeah. Stafford fakes the handoff to Williams, throws to a tight end. It's Parkinson who tries to dodge a defender, and dives to the end zone for a touchdown.
There we go.
Parkinson.
There we go. That's what the Rams needed to do after that interception to get the ball in the end zone here. This is a must-score touchdown, in my opinion. Make this a 2-score game. Parkinson, makes a little juke there. And he does get past Tariq Woolen there to get into the end zone for a touchdown. By the way, speaking of some NFL news, some Seahawks players, Devin Witherspoon, not really having a big game. Probably one of the best corners in football. As TD saying, "Let's go, Ramley, make some noise." Yes, sir. Manuel saying they show Blake Snell at the game. Yeah, yes, he is at the game. They showed him early. Blake Snell from Seattle. So kind of a bit of a conflict of interest here for him. He did say at the World Series parade that he went to the Seahawks Super Bowl parade when they won around 10 years ago. And XZXZX says Fairfax High School. And then Floyd saying former Seahawk Kobe Parkinson with the touchdown and Mevis's extra point is good. 21-12 Rams. And then Andres saying best team in the NFC is the LA Rams. Yes, it is. The game is still far from over. 9-point game. Still 14-15 left. So definitely a lot of time left in this one. Got to have a couple good defensive possessions here to really put this one away.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think the Rams are playing really well. So right now, it's important for them to continue to put pressure on Sam Darnold, like you said. I think they've done a really good job so far, of course, with 3 interceptions. No passing touchdowns for Sam Darnold. No touchdowns at all for the Seattle Seahawks offense. And you really got to give this Rams defense credit. Again, it's not always been pretty every single week. They're not doing it maybe necessarily in the ways that you anticipated, right? I said maybe you want these edge rushers to get a little more pressure on quarterbacks, get more sacks on the board. But ultimately, they are doing their job. They're not allowing too many touchdowns on the season in general. And so right now, continuing to do that, continuing to put pressure on Sam Darnold, that's been the key here. They have his number. They apparently right now, they really are getting to Sam Darnold. Back-to-back games so far. Last time you play him in Minnesota, dominate him there. Now you're playing him with Seattle, and again, dominating Seattle as well. So a really a great game overall for this defense. The offense didn't really have a chance to get the ball, and now they finally got it back because of the interception. Score, and it looks pretty easy again. So back to reality, back to normal, whatever you want to say.
Yes.
Whatever you want to say. Agree there from TD. And then Andres says, thank you, gentlemen. Y'all are calling a great game. Appreciate you, Andres.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate it.
We're trying our best. Former Seahawk Kobe Parkinson touchdown. I did not know Kobe Parkinson played for Seattle. Broncos up on the Chiefs 13-6 on that game. So appreciate the update for you there. I'm assuming everyone here is going anti-Chiefs. I never really care about the Chiefs. I don't really care because they're AFC. I just never really care about them. I haven't really hated them. I don't hop on the hate train, but I have Mahomes in fantasy, so I'm kind of like a little bit not happy with them only scoring 6. But it is what it is. I don't mind if they lose or win. I'm 8-2 in that league too, so I can't really cry.
All right.
14 minutes to go. 15 seconds for this fourth quarter. This game has been pretty dominated by the Rams for the most part. It's just the time of possession in the second and third quarter that hurt the Rams offense. But right now the Rams are up 21-12. And we're showing some highlights right now of the Rams' 9-sack game on Darnold last playoffs. It's kind of looking reminiscent of that. Maybe not the sacks, but the way Darnold was just thrown off because of this defense. Right now, in his last 2 seasons, his record versus the Rams, 0-2, possibly 0-3 after this football game, versus every other team, Sam Darnold's 21-4. So the Rams really get into him. He can't really seem to figure out this Rams defense. So shout out to the Rams defense altogether for really getting to Sam Darnold. Darnold, under center, 1st and 10 ball at the 30-yard line in Seattle territory. Charbonnet gets the handoff, runs to his left, gains about 5 on the play, about 5.5.
Yeah, this is a big drive here for the Rams. You don't want the Seahawks to get any more momentum here early on in this fourth quarter, because you really just want to keep this at a 2-score game, get the ball back, maybe even just get 3 more and make this a 12-point game next time the Seahawks get the ball. The run game looking pretty good for the Seahawks. I don't know if you read this already, Josh, but John in chat said, I don't like the Broncos because of my ex, but I hate the Chiefs way more. You're in a lose-lose scenario there. I do. I mean, I have some family that are Broncos fans. I don't know why, but they are. So
Kenneth Walker gets a catch here on 2nd and 5. Nearly gets a first down, but he's going to be stopped short. So 3rd and 1 here would be an incredible stop here for the Rams with 13 minutes left to get a stop on 3rd down in Seattle territory. Austin says Shedeur opens up with a bang, throws an interception. That's not great, but hey, let's be patient with the Shedeur. They were patient with Dylan Gabriel. Let's be patient with Shedeur Sanders. I'm a Shedeur Sanders believer still. He's going to impress a little bit. He wants to impress people, but give him some time. Give him a second there. And T says, by the way, shout out to SC Nation. Enjoyed you all in Lincoln a couple weeks ago. Appreciate you all sticking it to Iowa. Iowa has bad corn. I like that coming from someone from Nebraska, TD. So appreciate you. As the Seahawks get a first down pretty easily. First down and a lot more. They run to the left with a fullback. Actually, they throw to the left in the flat. Kenneth Walker is able to gain a good amount of yardage there, about 10 to 15 yards on the gain. So 1st and 10, 12:25 to go. Rams up 21-12. This is still a football game. The Rams still got to take care of business here. Kenneth Walker gets the rush up the middle. It's going to be a gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 coming up here.
Yeah, again for the Rams, just Cam Crow not really looked like he kind of slowed down a little bit before he ended up making the tackle for that there. Now in Rams territory at the 47, Kenneth Walker with the first down run picks up a few. We have some people in chat saying, hey, Josh, are you a Sanders believer because you have him in your fantasy? Lol.
I have Jerry Jeudy. I don't have Shedeur Sanders, but I will say this. I'm a Shedeur Sanders believer because I don't like the hate. I don't like when people hate a guy because he's a little bit cocky or whatever it is. I get it. Like, you may not love the guy, but I don't know. I see him talk in videos on social media, especially when he was coming out of college, the videos of him and Cam Ward. It's funny. I mean, he's a legendary Deion Sanders, legendary player's son, and I think that's interesting. I think he had a pretty decent career, all things considered, in college. I mean, going from Jackson State to to Colorado, and yeah, they weren't amazing, but I mean, it's Colorado, right? You don't really anticipate them to be amazing. So all those things kind of factor into, because he's gotten so much hate. That's why I root for him. But I understand he's a cocky player. I understand why people don't love the guy either. So I'm just rooting for him. I like to see him to shut some people up, but so far not a great.
Yeah,
start.
I do too. I do too. You know, it is perfect timing right now to be a fan of him. So not that he's in the game here.
Interception. I'm sorry to cut you off, Josh, but interception. Sam Darnold, what are you doing? He gets the pressure and he literally jumps and throws the football right to Darius Williams. Sam Darnold, what is going on? This Rams defense is getting to the quarterback. They're in his head. I mean, I know they joked about him seeing ghosts, but he is absolutely seeing ghosts right now. I mean, he gets the pressure, but when, Sam Darnold, when is it ever a good idea to jump and throw the football in the middle of the pocket, in the middle of the field? What are we doing? Interception, Rams. Who cares? 4th interception of the day. Darius Williams. Let's do this, man.
Cam Kitchens with 2, Kobe Durant with 1, Darius Williams with 1. And now we're just missing Emmanuel Forbes to get 1. And then we got the whole starting secondary with an interception. Why not? I mean, what an effort from the secondary. 4 interceptions. You know, Dr. Seuss, I mean, we might need to write a Dr. Seuss book about this. Sam Darnold threw 1, 2, 3, 4 interceptions. That's it's easy to understand. I mean, just the jump and throw, unless you're for Lamar Jackson, I've never seen it work.
Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry makes it work too. He's done that before.
Yes, yeah. Derrick Henry's had a couple of jump throw touchdown passes too for his career. But yeah, besides that, that's just a bad. There, just throw it to the ground, or just take the sack there. That's the one play where you do take the sack. And now, instead of 8 sacks, it's 4 interceptions now. Manuel says, yeah, definitely. And if you're liking this Rams performance on defense, like and subscribe right now. The defense has been great. Besides the time of possession, the defense has been awesome.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Forcing 4 turnovers. If the Rams score a touchdown here, I do think this one will be out of reach for Seattle.
Agreed. 100% agreed there. I'm trying to see if I can pull up the Browns game to give you guys any updates on my phone. But for the most part, yeah, the Rams team all around, they played pretty well. Again, time of possession was ugly in those second and third quarters. But for the most part, that's not really a thing you can super control. You know, of course, you want the defense to get the Seattle Seahawks off the field, I guess, better than they did in the second and third quarter, but 4 interceptions, can you really complain about that? The Rams turning over the football didn't help, but overall, you're not super mad at how they're playing this football game. The Rams are up, they're winning right now. It's all that really matters for this team.
That is all that matters for them right now. Chiefs are in the red zone against the Broncos. They're down 13-6. I have Rashee Rice there for the Chiefs, so I do also want them to throw the ball to Rashee Rice here.
Yeah, it was like a 60-yard throw from Mahomes, by the way.
Not to Rashee Rice.
Manuel saying run the ball. Yeah, I think you got to take some air out of the football right here. Definitely want to put 7 points on the board, but also take 2, 3, 4 minutes off the clock here. That's what you want to see from this Rams offense. John says, after this, I better never see an Andrew Luck, Sam Darnold comparison ever again. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous when people say that. I think Sam Darnold
Who said that?
Talent to be a starting quarterback in his league, win a lot of football games. But, yeah, he's hasn't proven to be anything that special necessarily yet. Blake
Well, they
Corum,
said, wait.
game.
I got to stop you for a second.
Yeah.
When did they ever say Sam Darnold was Andrew Luck? I never once said that about it. Who said that? I mean, Andrew Luck's a Hall of Famer. If he ever had an offensive line, he would have been Hall of Famer. So I never thought Sam Darnold was going to be anything close to Andrew Luck.
I would guess that's probably like the Colin Cowherds of the world who really like a guy like Sam Darnold, especially coming out of college.
Yeah, Colin Cowherd loves Sam Darnold.
Someone who said something about it like that. So far on my screen, I saw Shedeur Sanders get sacked, and it's going to be 4th and 20 now. Browns are up 16-10 versus the Baltimore Ravens as Corum gets the 2nd down and 6 run after gaining 4 on 1st down. He gets stuffed, so it's going to be 3rd and 6 for the Rams. Hey, this game is not over. You got to run some clock. You got to get some 1st downs. And again, with the Blake Corum runs, I love Blake Corum, but what are we doing? Kyren Williams exists. This passing game exists. He got 4 for you on 1st down. Throw the football. Now Corum is in this game again, so he's had the whole drive. And I don't really like when the Rams do that. But shotgun formation, running back to his right is Blake Corum. Stafford snaps the ball, looks to his right, then looks to his left, fading away. Davante Adams was absolutely tackled, and a flag comes down. Maybe? No. Witherspoon on Seattle is actually upset, saying that Davante Adams should be called for an offensive pass interference. And I don't know if he'd be right. They bumped into each other for sure.
That might be a no call. That might be just because both bumped into each other. That's just a offset.
It's a no call, but still bad news for the Rams. Incomplete pass. You stop the clock, and you go 3 and out after an interception middle of the field. This Rams team needs to move the football and get some time off the clock. Instead, now your defense returns to the field. A lot of time on this clock, like Frederick says. It's 9 minutes and 30 seconds left, to go in this fourth quarter. 21-12. Rams are up, but the Seahawks have the football again.
Shaheed catches it at around the 7-yard line. So they are going to be pinned back inside of their own 10 here, which is good for the Rams. 9:30 left, though. This game is far from over. You would have liked to see the Rams run some more clock out there for sure. And Floyd saying it actually helps to be a little unpredictable. Yeah, I get what you mean, and I'm sure you're talking about Corum, but Corum has not been effective this game. It's just not a Blake Corum game, and that's okay. Manuel saying Havenstein's getting beat. Yeah, he is getting beat a lot throughout this game. And TD saying, I think if Stafford just maintains, that says a lot about how he didn't do with Darnold. Sometimes things are off, but so far he's not costing us. Yeah, again, Drake May might move ahead of him for MVP favorite because he had a better game, but he also played the Jets. So we also have to think about that for sure. But
buddy of mine, he's a Patriots fan, says Drake may confirm MVP. Just joking around, but he's throwing that out there in the chat.
Did I miss that? Oh, Carter. Drake May confirmed MVP. Is he from Boston?
He's not. He's not from Boston, of course.
So he became a Patriots fan because they kept winning all the time.
That's what I argue with him all the time. We've had these arguments before. Bit of a bandwagon. But it's also hard to argue against Patriots fans because it's like, I mean, to be fair, if you're 25 or younger, you've only seen success for them from the Patriots, right? I mean, for most of your life as a Patriots fan, you saw a whole lot of success. But Mitchell says, damn, McVay's crappy play calling pisses me off. It's had its moments today where it's been pretty good.
Today's
but
not
also
been as good.
Had its moments where it's been pretty bad. What I mean by bad is I don't like when they're forcing Corum, again, to have a whole drive to himself. I don't mind using Blake Corum. He's a good running back. I like him. But when you go, okay, Corum, this is your drive. There's no reason to do that. Kyren Williams is capable of subbing in and out. Corum is capable of subbing in and out. When you just run it, and Corum is not really getting getting yardage. I mean, that's where I don't really like seeing. TD says 13 all Chiefs and donkeys are the Broncos. I also saw Derrick Henry just pop off for a huge run. He's over 102 rushing yards, over a total 121 rushing yards on the day, or 121 total yards on the day for the Ravens.
And the Niners up 39-10. No, 35-10. Sorry. We'll see how much longer Purdy stays in that game for. 13 all Chiefs. Who scored? Kareem Hunt. That's a must-win game for the Chiefs. Maybe we stream to the end of that game too. That game a little bit behind this game though. But first down, they get a couple on a run with Charbonnet.
Second and 7 here. Sam Darnold in the shotgun, hands off to Charbonnet yet again, who gains about 4 on the play. So going to be third down now for the Seahawks, 3rd and 3. And the Seahawks, if you're a Seahawks fan, you're down by 9. So you can't really act like you have all the time in the world yet. They kind of are acting like they have a whole lot of time. Yes, 8 minutes is a lot of time, but you're down 9. It's 2 scores, right? I mean, am I reading this wrong? Yeah, you're down 2 scores.
Yeah. They're down 2 scores. The touchdown here would make this a 2-point game, which would make this very, very interesting. Manuel saying they showed the Cooper Kupp. They had no catches this game. Yeah, Cooper Kupp does not have a catch. Doesn't really even have many targets, although Sam Darnold doesn't really know who he's targeting, it looks like, throughout this game. He might be throwing to the Rams a little bit.
Sam Darnold throws, he's hit while he throws the football. The Rams are going to act like it's a fumble, so they're going to jump on it just in case. looks like Omar Speights does jump on it as Jared Verse actually looked like he had his hand on the arm of Darnold as he threw it. They're going to say fumble probably, and they're going to say Rams recover, but the replay may show that the arm was obviously coming forward for Sam Darnold. So it's going to be 4th down for the Seahawks. They're probably going to punt, but you see here, arm is stretched out, ball comes forward, arm comes forward. It's definitely close, but Jared Verse gets his hand on it, nearly forces a fumble. I think they're going to say it's a throw, a pass. What do you think?
Let's see. I'm going to see that. We're going to look at the replay. Here, Darnold throwing. That is really close, actually.
Because the ball's coming out, like his arm is still behind, it makes it interesting. But I think he's throwing. I mean, you can't really say he's not throwing that football forward, right?
Yeah, he is making an attempt to throw it forward, but the arm is still behind when the ball comes. This is going to be very close. No matter what, it's going to be a 3rd down stop. So no matter what, the Rams are going to get the ball back.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to say
either way, we're fine.
They're going to say it's a incomplete pass. So 4th and 3. Seahawks are punting the football yet again to the Rams. And I don't want to get bored of it. I don't want to sound like I'm bored of it. It's great. Great play by the defense. You got to acknowledge that they are playing incredible right now, not letting Sam Darnold get anything that he wants. But this Rams offense still needs to respond. I'm not really mad at them this game. They didn't get the football in their hands a lot. They're all out of sorts and out of whack because of the time of possession being so wonky. But I think here you gotta play call a little bit better here, and hopefully be aggressive. Be aggressive. Get 1st downs. Not saying you gotta score a touchdown immediately. Get 3 to 4 minutes off this clock, and put some points on the board. Stafford,
yeah, you do.
Under center, has a tight end in motion. It's Terrence Ferguson, but they're going to hand off to Kyren Williams, who gains about 3 yards on the play. Going to be 2nd and 7 here.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. Just keep running the ball, keep taking time off of the clock, and hopefully you're going to be getting down there and putting some points on the board to put this game away.
It's actually going to be 2nd and 8. Agree with you there, Josh. 7:35 to go. Rams are up 21-12 in this football game. You got to run some clock here. Stafford in the shotgun. Kyren to his left. I see Jordan Whittington in the slot with 3 receivers out right to the right, which is Puka and Devontae. Parkinson to the left of your screen. Throws to Puka Nacua, who gains a good amount of yards, about 6 yards or so. So it's going to be a 3rd down now for the Rams. Huge 3rd down for the Seattle defense. Huge 3rd down for the Rams offense. It's 3rd and 2 on this play.
Yeah, this is going to be a big play here. Stafford hooks up for Puka for a nice gain there on 2nd down. Good tackle there from Witherspoon and Jones. But yeah, for the Rams, you got to get this 3rd down here. You can't keep giving Seattle chances with the ball when you're only up 9. This is not a double-digit lead just yet, and there's still a lot of time left in this game. This game is far from over if the Rams do not get this 1st down here.
They hand off up the middle, nothing creative at all. Kyren Williams gets stuffed. It's 4th down yet again. Very, very frustrating right now in this football game. The play calling is just, I don't want to say bad. It's like lazy. You know, it feels lazy right now. It feels not aggressive. That's what it feels like. Unaggressive, uninspired right now on offense for this Rams team. They kind of feel comfortable with the 21-12 lead. As what it looks like, as the Rams will be putting the football 6 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. The ball is up. Fair catch, caught at about the 17-yard line. Going to be decent, not great field position for Seattle. We'll see if they can make something happen. The Rams got to get another stop here.
Yeah, the Rams going to have to make a stop here for sure, as we have some new chats. Stafford for MVP. What do y'all think from Eric? Floyd says Stafford is definitely in the running, especially if he finished beating Darnold today. Yeah, and Stafford with 0 turnovers. I know the yards aren't there, but he does have 2 touchdowns as well. And then Lithium is saying, go Hawks. Go Rams. It's Rams' house. And then TD saying lazy and we're getting complacent. Not on defense, we're not. On the offense, might be getting a little bit. Yeah. Okay, on offense. Yes, you are right, TD.
On offense, agreed, 100%. Just like feels complacent for sure. While the Rams are going to keep giving them chances. Yep, Floyd, the Rams are letting the Seahawks feel like they have a chance in this football game. 6 minutes ago, Sam Darnold snaps the ball, looks to his right, then goes back to his left to Kenneth Walker, who has a lot of green grass in front of him. A blocker in front, Raheem Shaheed helps him block and get him to the 40 yard line. Going to be first down and 10. Darnold 17 for 29, 18 for 30, 191 passing yards, 4 interceptions, 0 touchdowns on the day. 21-12, 5:35 to go. Sam Darnold in the shotgun. Throws to none other than Cooper Kupp. Coop. The crowd is cheering at Coop in the background probably. Cooper Kupp with a catch. It's going to be second down and 1 for the Seahawks. Nice catch by the Rams legend there.
Yeah, good catch there by Kupp for sure. Nice to see him get a catch.
Yeah, back in SoFi.
They called that second down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I was going to say that was not a first down.
Kenneth Walker takes a handoff to his left. It's going to be out of bounds. First down, Seattle. 5:03 to go as the clock keeps ticking down. 5 minutes to go now, under 5. 7-2 for both of these teams. 2-1 for Seattle in the division, but going to be 2-1 for the Rams in the division if they win this football game. By the way, San Fran is 3-1 in the division. So definitely interesting to keep an eye on those records there.
I believe San Fran has played the Cardinals twice already, though. We got to keep that in mind.
Exactly. Cooper Kupp with another catch, his second catch of the day in this fourth quarter. Second down and 3 now. 7-yard gain on the out route for Cooper Kupp.
The Seahawks are driving down the field here. They're in Rams territory. There's still over 4 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Again, this game's far from over, especially if the Seahawks score. Manuel with another donation. A $5 donation. Thank you so much, Manuel. If you want the Rams to win this game, then like this video and subscribe. Go Rams, I believe. Believe and we will achieve. Yes, I agree. Thank you again, Manuel. Your second donation of the day.
Appreciate you, Manuel. Always. Always much appreciate the donation. Again, never needed, but always appreciated. Like and subscribe if you like what you see. Sam Darnold, 1st and 10 here after he throws it to JSN for the first down. He runs up the middle for a gain of about 8. So it's going to be 2nd and 2. 4 minutes to go. 21-12. Now, again, don't want to act like I underselling this here.
A second donation. Sorry to cut you off from TD. $9.99 donations. Thank you very much. Sam Darnold just took off and ran for about 7 yards there. Didn't think I'd see that today.
I'll get to you guys, show you guys some love in a second as Kenneth Walker gets the 2nd and 2 handoff. He wanted to go for more, but Byron Young holds him to 3rd down. 3rd and 1 as Byron didn't get that ankle tackle. It was probably going to be a nice gain. But Manuel, TD, really appreciate you guys 100% for donating. Again, it's never needed, but always so appreciated. Look at Eric says, Seahawks fan here, I'm subbing now. Just absolutely appreciate you guys for the love because we honestly, truly, Josh and I both feel that we cannot do any of this without you guys obviously sitting here watching. Otherwise, it'd be me and Josh sitting here talking to ourselves. So really appreciate you guys in the chat, shouting out, talking to us, giving the donations. JSN, catch on the outside, avoids a tackle. He's going to go out of bounds. So 2:56 to go. First down, Seahawks. They are threatening to score. 1st and goal here, 21-12 for the Rams. But Seattle threatening to score.
They are, yeah. Bad tackle there from Emmanuel Forbes. Had a pretty good game, but a bad tackle there as JSN gets out of bounds. Yeah, just not what we want to see. John Morales saying 999. Yes. Matthew Stafford for MVP. TD, I agree. And MM Manuel saying Agent Zero with the stop. Yeah, good stop there by him a couple plays ago as well. And this is starting to get to the Seahawks score. Do they go for an onside kick?
Sam Darnold running to his right, looking, finds Cooper Kupp, who slides in for gonna be about the 1 yard line. It was close to him sliding in for a touchdown, but he catches. He notices he's not down, tries to jump and get the touchdown, doesn't get it. Refs holding up the Seattle offensive line. They try to go quick here. Sam Darnold, 2nd and goal here. Hands off to Kenneth Walker, who gets in the end zone for a Seattle Seahawks touchdown. So look, a lot of game left. Now that kind of hurts, but also there's only 2:23 to go in this football game. 21-18, 2:23 to go. Someone on the Seattle offensive line is hurt. So while they tend to him, one key note here, Rams have 2 timeouts. the Seahawks have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. So it's still a little bit scary right now. It's good. My heart's not really settled. I'm a little nervous. I'm on edge for sure in this game.
No, as we have a Veller music, bro. I thought Devontae was going to get at least 50 yards. He only has 1. Yeah, I agree. Devontae with only 1 yard, not great. Manuel saying we believe in the Rams and we believe in you guys. Just joshing, the new nickname. Hey, we'll go with it for now. Manuel saying we need to hold on to the ball, but also be aggressive. Yeah, I agree. You got to find a good balance of both here as you're going to have just over 2 minutes left when the Rams get the ball back. Now, the main question is, does Seattle go for 2 or 1 here? Because regardless, if they do get the ball back, a field goal would win regardless, as long as the Rams don't put any points up on the board. So we're going to have to wait and see just exactly how they will do here.
Looks like
just a good run there from Kenneth Walker. Need 3 first downs and it's ball game. Yes, you do. You do. I think you don't need to get any before the 2-minute warning. You let the 2-minute warning go.
Yeah, it looks like Sam Darnold's on the sideline, and it looks like their placeholder is actually out on the field. So I'm anticipating an extra point kick here for Seattle. So 21-18, extra point. If it's good, we'll have Seattle down by 2. We're still waiting to deal with an injury on the field. As we wait for that, we'll keep shouting you guys out. And again, one more time, I know there's a lot of plays going on, a lot of craziness, but one more time, shout out to Manuel, shout out to TD for really just the donations are absolutely phenomenal. But also, both of these two have really been in the chat every single week, every single live stream, in the comments on our videos. We really appreciate you guys. Your support has been phenomenal for us. And Manuel, both of you, Manuel and TD, like you guys doing this with the donations, I'm sure inspires some others to support. So even if it's just a like or subscribe, really appreciate you guys. I want to make sure you guys don't feel like we just brushed by that. Really, really appreciate it on our side for sure.
Yes, everything Josh said, I second it. Manuel saying shout out to you too. Thank you. Shout out to you, Manuel. We already did it, but shout out to you. Once again, Eric saying the Rams woke up in the second quarter. The first quarter was wild, burned all 3 timeouts. So the Rams were not up in the second quarter.
He means about the timeouts, I guess. Trying to save those timeouts. Sure, the coaching staff, I guess, did a good job. Manuel says I'm a big fan of you guys. Manuel, we're a big fan of you.
Yes.
We're a big fan of you. Appreciate you. But yeah, Eric, yeah, I get what you mean. I guess the coaching staff saving those timeouts kind of woke up in the second quarter. First quarter, they were not doing a great job of that. As the kick is up for the extra point, and it is barely good. Wow, that was kind of close. It was actually fading to the right. Jason Myers, a little bit of a smirk on his face almost. 21-19, 2:23 to go in this fourth quarter. The Seahawks have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning to look forward to. It is huge for this Rams offense to put the team on their shoulders now and finish this football game. For some reason, I'm like a little bit relaxed and not as on edge as I should be. But I feel like the team also is acting like that. They're acting it's not a close game. They're acting like there's not a chance to lose this football game. The Rams cannot lose this game.
No.
They cannot lose this game at this point in time. 4 picks from Darnold, it's too close. You got to finish this one out.
Yeah, you do. You got to finish this out. We have some chats real quick before we start. Eric saying, I'm a truck driver on the road, so you guys are a big help. Thank you. You're welcome, Eric. Hopefully you keep driving safely. And another Eric, the Seahawks fan Eric, with a K. You all are definitely leaders. Salute to you. You are all good people. Thank you, Eric. Seems like you're a good person as well. Manuel, that extra point was as close as this game is. Yeah, I almost missed the extra point there. I mean, he was probably looking at Josh Riccardi on the sideline. But yeah, definitely not great there. The Seahawks red zone offense, by the way, 4 possessions, 1 touchdown, and 3 field goals. The graphic on Fox. And not what you want to see them. For the Rams, you need to get at least 2 first downs. If they do get the ball back, you need to give them under a minute. You can't give them more than a minute. You don't want them to get the ball back, but with the way the offense has been, you have to plan for all outcomes right now.
Jordan Whittington able to run this football back to about the 30-yard line. So the Rams are going to have this football with a little over 2 minutes to go and a need to get some first downs and run the clock down as low as you can possibly get it to. We'll have to wait and see on the play calling here and see if they can make things happen. As TD says, Broncos 16, KC 13. Very close game out there. By the way, Cleveland's still up 16-13 in their football game versus Baltimore. Puka Nacua in motion. He gets the handoff from Stafford. Runs down for a first down and much more as it cannot take him down. 2 minutes and 9 seconds to go here. Seattle likely calling a timeout, especially because you have the 2-minute warning. So it's like another timeout for you. So 1st and 10, first down, Puka Nacua on the rushing attempt. And it was really hard for them to get him down.
Yeah, that's a big play there. Even if the Rams get 3, that means the Seahawks wouldn't need a touchdown to win, even if the Rams only do get 3, which you put yourself, a touchdown here ends the game. If you score a touchdown here, this game will be over because it will be a 9-point game once again. But yeah, good play call from McVay. We should have seen this earlier. Mix up the run game a little bit. Blake Corum's not working. You run that play with Puka, and we have almost 160 people watching right now. So thank you so much, everybody. This is definitely our most viewed stream of the season so far. We want to keep this up. So Sundays, Thursdays, Mondays, whenever the Rams play, next week will be Sunday night. So make sure to tune in for that, obviously.
Stafford under center here. 2 minutes and 9 seconds to go. 21-19, the Rams are up. Kyren Williams gets the handoff, and he's going to be stuffed behind the line of scrimmage, maybe at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 coming out of the 2-minute warning. Rams up by 2, 21-19. Seattle hanging on by a thread, even with Sam Darnold throwing 0 touchdowns, but 4 interceptions. Dominant time of possession for the Seahawks in the 2nd and 3rd quarter has hurt this Rams offense, but the Rams have an opportunity to close this football game out with just a couple of first downs. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in and watching this football game again. 21-19, Rams are up. 2-minute warning in the 4th quarter. Let's see, Manuel says, like this video if you think the Rams are going to win this game. I wish I could like it myself. I think I did actually go on YouTube and like it myself. There is no reason to get the ball back. I agree with you there, Floyd. Manuel says, I just put the hood of my hoodie for good luck. I mean, Manuel's got every single inch of his body almost covered with some Rams gear. Got the jersey on, the hoodie on, the hood of his hoodie on, the hat on his head. I'm sure he's got Rams socks on at this rate. I see you, man.
Probably, honestly. Probably.
Eric says, I'm glad Puka has matured. He got ejected from the game out here for throwing a punch last year. Yeah, I mean, at points in times, physical sport, guys get mad at each other. But Puka is a really tough physical player who's been pretty mature this year as well.
Yes, he has. Floyd saying Rams don't need to score, just need to get first downs. Yeah, I do agree with that for sure. And Ismael says Seahawks last-minute field goal. No.
Sure, he's probably a Seahawks fan talking like that. I'm looking over to the Browns game right now that I have streaming down here on my phone. Zay Flowers with a nice catch here. So the Ravens are trying to at least tie this football game. Could take the lead with a touchdown. 1st and 10 for the Ravens at about the 35-yard line. Lamar Jackson getting sacked on the play as I say that. So, interesting games all around the league. The Browns beating the Ravens. Dylan Gabriel out for the game. Shedeur Sanders take over as quarterback and has not put any points on the board since. And then TD says, Chiefs, touchdown. So, interesting update there. 41 to something out there for the Niners versus Arizona. Everybody in this division dropping 40 on Arizona. The Rams better do it when they play them.
Yeah, they did just score. Yeah, Kelsey just got the touchdown. JDP says, I'd give the ball to Core. I'm not comfortable with Kyren's hands in a moment like this.
Kyren's playing better.
So ineffective this game that I don't even think it's an option.
Agreed. They hand off to Puka instead on the outside, who gets the end around, but gets absolutely drilled by Kobe Bryant, who was kind of talking some trash to the Rams sideline. 3rd and 10. 1:53 to go in the 4th quarter. End around handoff. Looked like it was going to be a solid opportunity for Puka. Instead, he gets drilled by Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, not 3rd and 10. I mean, this is going to have to be a pass play, obviously. Is this 3rd and Devontae? I think this is where Devontae might get another catch for you here.
I would like to see something like that for sure. My fantasy team could use it, but also this Rams team could use it, of course. We haven't seen much of Devontae Adams today. Definitely a lot of targets from Adams, but not a lot of catches. Just one catch for that one touchdown, 1 yard on the day. 1:54 to go. They gave an extra second on the clock. Stafford.
Of course they did.
3rd and 10. Barking out the signals. In the shotgun formation with Kyren Williams to his left. Whittington, Adams, left of Stafford. He looks that way. Middle of the field. Tries to go to Devontae and throws an incomplete pass. I don't understand what this team is doing. We needed to run as much clock as possible. Instead, you throw an incomplete pass over the middle of the field, mind you. And Adams just like, he's not coming aggressively to the football. I mean, maybe that's the miscommunication, but not an ideal situation the Rams have found themselves in. The offense has single-handedly just absolutely said, defense, win us this football game. And the defense is going to have to do that. As the punt is up, and they pin the Seattle, oh my goodness, coffin punt, coffin corner punt. This ball is at the 1-inch line. The 1-inch line. Ethan Evans, are you kidding me? Best punter in the league. The ball bounced and goes onto the 1 centimeter line. I mean, look at this football. Oh my goodness.
I like that.
You
they only have
literally
one timeout.
can't punt
I like
it any
that.
better than that. Ethan Evans, you beast. You love to see it. 1 timeout left for Seattle. No, Eric asked that question. So 1 timeout left for Seattle. 21-19, 1:41 to go. Darnold in his own end zone. Charbonnet to his right. Rams need a stop.
By the way, that was Blake
Seattle gets
Corum
3,
who
this
got that
game
punt.
could be over with a Seattle W. Darnold drops back to pass. Ball is tipped, but it looked like he catches it anyways. Barner makes the catch and sprinting back to get this ball to the line of scrimmage. The ball might have been tipped at the line, but either way, 2nd and 6, 1:28 to go. Clock is ticking. Darnold barking out calls. Sam Darnold in the shotgun. 1:20 to go. A lot of clock already off this board here. Darnold drops back, looks to his left, looking left, throws. The ball is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Puka Nacua got his hand on that one.
Big play there by Puka Nacua.
Right into Puka Nacua's left hand. I mean, his hand was up the entire time. Don't really know what Sam Darnold's looking at, but either way, defense playing well so far. So far, so good. Incomplete pass stops the clock. 1:13 to go. 3rd and 6. Again, 21-19. The Seattle Seahawks are very far from getting a chance to score.
Yes.
They're within the 5-yard line of their own territory. Darnold, shotgun with Charbonnet to his left. Looking over the middle of the field, Barner is absolutely wide open for a first down, but there's 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. It's still going to be at the 12-yard line, so long ways to go for Seattle. Clock under a minute, 58 seconds. Clock keeps ticking. Darnold in the shotgun. Drops back to pass, looking over, not really much pressure in his face. He throws downfield. It's a wobbling throw, and Cooper Kupp can't make the tiptoe catch. That ball kind of got out of his fingertips a little bit and was wobbling for sure.
Seahawks still with 1 timeout. As well, good defense so far by the Rams. Ooh, yeah, bad pass there from Darnold. 47 seconds left. As we looking chat, special teams, let's go. Time to snag that 5th Darnold interception today from JDP. Eric saying no questions among one of the best. John saying safety would be great, man. Well, here we go. Defense.
Darnold.
Eric, thank you, sir.
Darnold here, sorry. Shotgun pass. A shotgun. Throw. Looking. He has guys in his face. Charbonnet gets the catch and runs out of bounds. So going to be 40 seconds on the clock here after that 2nd down catch. It's going to be 3rd and 6. 40 seconds to go. Rams up by 2. Need to keep Seattle out of field goal range.
Or at least make it over 55 yards if they have to. 40 seconds left.
Darnold in the shotgun. Ball is at the 18-yard line. One timeout left for Seattle. Darnold drops back to pass, looks to his right, finds Jackson Smith-Njigba for another Seattle Seahawks first down. 30 seconds to go. JSN was kind of taking his time here. 30 seconds. No timeout still for Seattle as they don't want to waste it. 25, clock is ticking. Darnold taking his time. Shotgun, drops back to pass, looks to his left, finds JSN again for a huge gain and out of bounds. JSN gets another first down. 17 seconds, and the Seahawks are creeping into that range where you might want to try to kick a field goal. Still pretty far. Byron Young putting pressure on this throw here. But the Rams need to lock in here. 17 seconds is still kind of a lot of time when you have one timeout.
It is. And they're going to try to use that timeout for, again, if they hit, again, if you have this over 60 yards, you're feeling good, but you can't, you had 2 third downs that would have won you the game if you got those stops.
And I know you want to get your defense kind of calmed down a little bit, but I don't love this. Okay, the ball was out of bounds. The clock had stopped regardless, so don't worry about that. But the Rams call a timeout here. So to me,
I think you do too. They are calling a timeout.
You're helping your defense, but also you might be hurting them because the offense now gets time to think about what they want to do a little bit more. Got to catch their breath as well. So timeout Rams. One timeout for each team. 17 seconds to go. 1st and 10 for Seattle as they are approaching the 50-yard line, which is dangerous territory for this Rams defense. 21-19, Rams up by 2. Field goal ends the game most likely for Seattle to win this football game.
Again, if they kick it from the 49, what is that, a 64-yard field goal?
Darnold in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Not much pressure because only a 3-man rush. He tries to run, but then Jared Verse is running him out of bounds. He throws down the field, an incomplete pass. Ooh. Cooper Kupp puts his hands up asking for a flag, I think. Nothing on the play. JSN also arguing with the ref. No flags down on the field. 10 seconds to go. Emmanuel Forbes in this replay is all over JSN. I mean, that is bad. That is bad. That would have been a penalty to put Seattle in field goal range. Luckily, the refs don't see it. But it's an absolutely horrific grabbing of the jersey from Emmanuel Forbes on JSN. No call by the refs. Rams, Seattle, 2nd and 10 here. 3 seconds to go on the play clock. Darnold drops back to pass, throws it up. Ball's tipped by Emmanuel Forbes, and a flag comes out this time. And this is actually just get back, I think. This is just giving them a flag.
What?
Because you want to help them out because you missed the last one. I mean, Forbes is being physical. That is a bad call. That's them giving them the last one. He grips the jersey for a second, but that's a bad call.
Well, Seattle might just have to kick from here. There's only 5 seconds left. They might just attempt to kick from here.
That's a bad call for me. If this game ends like that, it is disgusting for the Rams, and it would leave a bad taste in everybody's mouth. 21-19, 5 seconds to go. Darnold is actually taking a knee in the huddle here. So what are they going to call? Because they don't have much time to do anything. They're really far, though. It'd be a really far field goal for.
I know, but like even if you have a second to throw the ball, like I don't think you can attempt to play. I think you have to kick.
Darnold in the shotgun. This could be a mistake for Seattle. Darnold taking too long. Pump fake. He throws out of bounds. 1 second to go. They get the timeout off. 1 second to go. Raheem Shaheed gets about 5. So this is going to be a field goal for the win. At the buzzer for Seattle. This game is absolutely killing me. If the Rams lose this football game because Jason Myers makes a kick, I'm going to be sick.
This is quite a far field goal, though. They kind of just let him get it a few extra yards. I'm very surprised there was no pressure there. Very surprised. I would have blitzed there. How far is this kick? Do we know?
61-yard field goal attempt for the win. And if the Rams lose off a kick like this, everyone's going to be sick.
I mean, they barely got that timeout off, too. They just showed the replay. I mean, wow.
Timeout for the Rams. Their final timeout is called. So they are trying to ice the kicker here. Jason Myers has time to think about this one. They're showing some highlights of him from the year, but going back to some of the chats, sorry we missed some of you guys. I don't know what to say. I mean, this drive has been crazy.
I don't know either. I mean, again, I think you just have to try to block this. You got to get everyone rushing.
Here we go.
He has made a game winner.
1 second on the clock. Seattle makes this kick. It is for the win. If they miss, the Rams improve to 8-2. 1 second. 21-19. Kick is up. The kick is to the right. The kick is no good. The Rams are winning this football game. 21-19. Well deserved. Ugly play on offense to finish. Defense, they did okay at the end there, but what can you ask for them? I mean, at the end of the day, the Rams basically said, please, defense, win this football game for us. The Rams win the game off a missed field goal by Jason Myers. 61-yard attempt goes wide right. Oh, my goodness. What a game. What a game.
Oh, man.
That was scary. Kick is good. The hold is good. The kick is just wide right with, inside of SoFi, 0 wind. Just missed wide right for Jason Myers. He's disappointed. The Rams needed to win this football game after forcing Darnold to throw 4 interceptions. The offense has a lot of questions to answer after this game because they just were not playing super well, especially in that fourth quarter after they got warmed up a little bit, right? Like you had your chance. You had the couple possessions, and the Rams were able to kind of just they should have been back on track is my point, and they weren't necessarily. And the play calling was questionable. How many times they ran the football, all that, it was very questionable toward the end. But the defense does what they have to do to win that football game. And we got to credit the defense on this one.
Yeah, the defense was amazing in this game. Just looking around, seeing the box score here, you're going to get this loaded up right now. Stafford, 15-28, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyren, 12 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown. Very good game for Kyren. Blake Corum, 8 carries for 10 yards. I don't know why they kept throwing the ball to him. Puka Nacua ended up with 7 for 75. And our second leading receiver was Tyler Higbee for 1 catch for 23 yards. Colby Parkinson, 2 for 14 and a touchdown. Devontae, 1 for 1 and a touchdown. Xavier Smith, 1 for 8. We'll have an injury update on him as the week goes on. Jordan Whittington, 1 for 9. Not a big game. JSN, 9 catches, 105 yards. So he still kept up his 100-yard streak. AJ Barner had 70 yards on 10 receptions. Kenneth Walker, 3 for 44. Shaheed, 2 for 27. Kupp, 3 for 23. Rushing the ball, Kenneth Walker, 16 for 67 and a touchdown. Charbonnet, 11 with 37. Not huge rushing numbers. Darnold, 29 to 44, 279 yards, and 4 interceptions. Yeah, if you lost this game with 4 interceptions, that would have been an awful way to lose. TD saying, y'all did it heading to Warhorse Casino to cash in. Glad I bought the points down to 1. Yeah, good bet for you. Eric said, great game, fellas. It hurts a lot. Y'all won, we lost. Yeah, it was a great game. Y'all are a good team. We're going to play you again right before Christmas, so looking forward to that one as well. Krim saying, I feel like I'm going to need to run a mile with the way my heart is racing. And then TD saying, I feel you, Krim. John saying, my anxiety skyrocketed for a bit there. Oh, yeah. It did. I've seen this movie before. I remember the game against the 49ers in 2019 with the chance to make the playoffs where we gave up back-to-back 3rd and 16s. And Manuel with a $20 donation. Thank you again. Your 3rd of the day. I can't believe with all of the Rams special teams mishaps this year that it will come down to a special teams mishap for them to win. Trophy emoji. You need to win games like this if you want to win the Super Bowl. Thank you both. You're welcome, Manuel. We thank you again. What was that? Almost $30 in total today? Donated from Manuel. Over 30 in total.
Incredible, Emmanuel. Really appreciate you. Thank you from the bottom of our heart. Again, we always appreciate you just coming in and giving us chats. That's all we really ask for. We just want to have fun watching the football game with you guys. We want you guys to enjoy watching the game with us. We still haven't even got a scoreboard up on the screen. That's something we definitely need to add next stream, hopefully. But really appreciate you guys coming in, checking in with us, just saying what's up, good morning, and all that. really, really appreciate you, Manuel. Again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We really appreciate the donations. And, yeah, this game, it was crazy. My heart was racing at the end. I'm kind of sweating a little bit in this room right
I
now. And
am
all of a
too. I
sudden,
am too.
tried focusing on just calling the plays, but I mean that field goal going up was definitely nerve wracking. I mean, the Rams deserved to win this game, and then all of a sudden with a couple penalties and stuff, it just kind of seemed like they deserved to lose the game all of a sudden. And so, really, really interesting the way that one came to an end. But ultimately, it was a fun watch with everybody here in the chat, especially you, Manuel,
Yes.
TD as well, getting in on the donations earlier. Appreciate you just having chats with us and having a good time. But again, I don't know what we can do for you guys donating to next time give you better shout outs, but maybe we can take these donations, shout them out on the channel during the week. I don't know what we can do, but really, really appreciate you guys. We'll definitely start thinking about ways we can kind of thank you even more. But appreciate the donations 110%, Manuel. Thank you so much.
Yes, Manuel. Thank you. Thank you. TD saying let's get 200 watchers or more next Sunday. I believe we got close to 200. And then Juan saying game was crazy at the end, too close. Yeah, I mean, wow. They should not have even gotten close to field goal range with all the multiple attempts they had, as we see some families celebrating together for sure on this one as well. AMS saying how many times did the Rams give the Seahawks life? TD too many? Yeah, way too many times the Seahawks had a chance to win this game. It should not have been this close with Sam Darnold throwing 4 interceptions, but if they won this game, people would have forgotten about the 4 interceptions, but they did not. So definitely a close game. Good win for the Rams. You have another tough opponent in the Bucks coming up next Sunday, and then you go to Carolina, where the Panthers are not going to be an easy win like you thought they would be heading into the year. Then you got Arizona, and then you got Detroit coming into SoFi. So besides Arizona, divisional game, so it could, you never know, but besides Arizona, all 3 good teams coming up for the Rams in this area of the schedule. Manuel is saying just continue to put out great content that you both do, and we're even. I love that, Manuel. Number 1 in the division, let's go. From Juan. Who gets the game ball from Eric? Probably Cam Kitchens with 2 interceptions, right?
I
would probably give him the game ball.
I think so, yeah. Or you can just say give it to Sam Darnold and say thank you for giving us those 4 interceptions on the day. But credit the D-line as well, right? Every single time we said it, we said you put pressure on Sam Darnold, he panics a little bit, right? And we've seen that in the past versus the Rams. He's now, 0-3, they said, in the last couple years as a quarterback versus the Rams after tonight. So, yeah, get pressure on him. So the D-line putting pressure on him helped in all 4 of those interceptions. There was someone kind of around the area while Sam Darnold was throwing that football. So, but yeah, credit to Cam Kitchens. I think you got to kind of give him that game ball. Puka Nacua as well in his moments in the second half. I mean, played pretty well once the Rams finally started getting the football, fourth quarter especially, right? He jumped up with his targets and his receptions and yardage and everything. So that's all great for sure. But overall, this team did what they had to do to win the game. And that's all that matters, right? At the end of the day, getting the W is all that matters. We can argue about how they did this and gave the Seahawks too many chances. It is what it is. They can learn from those mistakes. And hopefully next time they play Seattle, don't have to face this kind of a scary ending and just kind of take care of business in regulation. But, overall, good game, good win for the Rams. I don't like when you ask the defense to just absolutely carry you to a victory, but you did that today and they did it. So you take that and you run away with it and you call it a day.
Yes, yeah, you have to take it. Manuel saying Sam Darnold looks like Kevin from Home Alone when the rush is after him. I kind of can see it a little bit. That's funny. TD saying don't want to play in the snow in the playoffs. Yeah, I agree. That's valid. Then we almost won in the snow. 1 Jalen Carter block away from probably going to the Super Bowl, as I said in my video. Floyd says I agree. Give it to Darnold. Lowell. And then TD saying too funny. Manuel said defense gets the game ball. Yeah, the whole defense can get the last drive. I don't know about, but for the rest of the game, the defense can get the game ball. The Ethan Evans too for his good punts throughout the day, especially the last one. For sure. So definitely a lot of players to get the game ball. It's a gritty win. It's a tough win. That's what you have to do against another great team in the Seahawks. You got to get these wins, man. Well, saying now I can take my phone off of Do Not Disturb.
Now you can.
Hey, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you got to go with D&D.
Happy, not have to stress about while you're playing. Be sad about this Rams game while you're playing. You can be a little happy, a little more relaxed for sure. That means as well, Manuel, you got to have the whole fit on next week. We expect the whole fit to be on next Sunday night while you enjoy that football game. Going to be another good one. Right now, back-to-back weeks, the Rams are going to have some really good, tough battles for them, some tough tests right here in the middle of the season, which is impressive, which is important, right, for them to have these battles. You'd rather have them battle-tested going to the end of the year than not, right? If you're dominating everybody,
Correct.
easy route to the playoffs, all of a sudden you get to those tough matchups, you don't really know how to act and how to react. And so I think this Rams team has been battle tested already a lot early in this year, and yet still they came out on top. They're 8-2, and so we hope to continue to be battle tested with some victories as they go and face Tampa Bay next Sunday night.
Yes, and by the way, a little news around the NFL: Jacoby Brissett for the Cardinals broke an NFL record with 47 completions. 47 for 57, 452 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. They lost 41-22, though, to the Niners, but that is pretty crazy.
I was going to tell you as well, I was watching that Ravens game. I didn't want to break off you shouting out a lot of people in the chat, but earlier there was a QB sneak, a tight end sneak. It was Mark Andrews who faked the sneak, spins out of it, and rushes for a rushing touchdown. Mark Andrews, a big one, by the way. It was like a 20-plus yarder for Mark Andrews. So the Ravens are now up in that football game on the Cleveland Browns. Shedeur Sanders right now dropping back to pass in the shotgun, finds his receiver who breaks a couple of tackles, shimmy shakes, gets a first down, a huge first down for this Browns offense. It was Jerry Jeudy, I think, on the catch and run. So
like that.
Interesting game going on there, Cleveland and Baltimore. Yeah, man, what else can you say about this game?
Yeah, I mean, nothing. I mean, I'm kind of at a loss for words. I mean, what a crazy game, wild game. Would have been heartbreaking to lose, but definitely a good win for this Rams team. Gritty win, tough win. Wins you need to make to win the Super Bowl. And then Sativa says that game was way closer than it should have been. I feel like the Rams will play even better in Seattle. I do agree. TD saying my heart is still racing. That punk Baker is coming to LA. I love me some Baker. Baker, good Ram. Had a few nice moments. I believe the Rams actually would have re-signed him if we did not have Stafford on the roster. Manuel is saying I will have on my Puka jersey and regular Rams hat on next week. Perfect. NFC West Media saying you guys are toast when you come to Seattle. I don't know about that. I think it's going to be another close game, and we'll see. But I wouldn't say toast is the right word. Manuel is saying leading a worship group at this new church for the last 2 months, and I'm probably sure they wonder if I wear anything other than Dodgers or Rams gear. Lol. Hey, that's a good gear to wear. That's some good gear to wear. TD is saying that. But yeah, overall, good win for the Seahawks. I think Stafford is still the MVP favorite, again, because he didn't really do anything to cost the Rams the win. Like, there wasn't a Matthew Stafford play where like, wow, that really caused the Rams to be this close. Like, Stafford overall had a good game. Darnold, I think, is out of the MVP race now with that 4 interception game. Like, Daniel Jones was out of it after his 6 turnover game against Pittsburgh. They're both kind of out of the race. Now, JSN still in it, still potentially on track to have 2,000 yards. So we will see. Manuel saying I agree. Baker's a Rams hero. And Hyena saying McVay can call plays with the lead. He tightens up. Yeah, not great play calling from McVay today. The last 3 weeks have been great, but today I do agree there were some questionable calls. I do think that'll change against Tampa. He'll reevaluate. He'll revamp that one. Going to be a later stream. Going to be around 5:15-ish, so we'll get all those updates for you throughout the week. Obviously, we got a video coming tomorrow for some post-game reactions to this one, and we'll go more in depth about certain things there. But overall, yeah, as I said, good win for the Rams. 21-19, 8-2. As of right now, the 1 seed, but the Eagles do still have to play the Lions. So we'll see if the Eagles win and take that back from us. But for now, the Rams are not only atop the NFC West, but atop the NFC conference as a whole.
Yeah, no, I think you guys are saying it all here in the chat. I really appreciate you guys all commenting here before you head out for the day on this live stream. But overall, it's a huge win. We talked about it all week long leading up to it. You are now can say you're the best team in the NFC West, especially after last week facing off against the Niners. And, you know, you still have matchups against Arizona. You still have a matchup against Seattle. So, you know, overall, I think you're in a pretty good spot right now. Again, you have some tough games coming up, but confidently you can say this team has proven to be a really good football team that can beat pretty much anybody out there in the NFC especially. A lot of good teams in the NFC. But overall, we're going to have to wait and see on these Rams continuing to play proper football. I mean, yeah, you want to question Sean McVay's play calls at times when they're up, sure, here and there. Again, it's questionable just because it doesn't work. I think if Blake Corum has a good game and the blocking's a little bit better up front, all of a sudden you're not saying that you're frustrated at the play calls, right? The plays work, they work, and you're happy. If they don't work, then obviously it looks bad. So I'm not going to freak out too much. I have my questions as well, but I think the Rams will learn, again, from their mistakes, and they will improve. Next time we play Seattle, I think it's going to be a close game again, but I think the Rams still continue to play better. And then Sativa here says, love me some Baker, but what about Raheem Morris and the Falcons? I hate rooting against them, but I'm happy they are losing.
Yeah,
agreed there. I mean, you have to kind of root for the Falcons to keep losing games for your pick, and that's the key there for the Rams. I mean, you're feeling good right now, and then also the future looks pretty solid right now too. So it's all looking up right now for the Rams. I mean, the biggest thing too, I think one other huge takeaway I should say for the Rams, Sam Darnold, right? 4 picks, not really getting to him much in terms of sacks, but 4 interceptions on the day. You're basically showing not just the Rams, but you're showing the league kind of, Sam Darnold isn't really scaring you, at least. Not the Rams.
right.
The Rams aren't scared of him. And if anything, you're adding that more to that narrative of Sam Darnold can't beat the Rams. These guys, when they put pressure on him, right, he's seeing ghosts and all those kind of jokes you want to say, but it's proven to be true again. And so that gives you confidence now. If you face off against a team like Seattle, you can kind of be confident that you can beat this quarterback, and the defense will be confident they can beat this quarterback. So that is huge for the Rams down the road of this season.
Yeah, I do agree. You're showing the league everything that they have to offer. Sam Darnold as well, I'm sure, had a lot of people at this game. He's from Orange County, went to Dana Hills High School down in Dana Point. So definitely probably had some people at this game too. So not a good performance to put on in front of probably a lot of family and friends.
Yeah, for sure. Tough for him to see the SoCal guy losing in that fashion, especially. I've always rooted for him.
Yeah.
But not too mad about this one.
No, not too mad about the win. Obviously, got another stream coming Sunday. Rams-Bucks, Sunday Night Football. Should be another good and close game. Kind of a must-win for the Bucks on a little bit of a losing streak here. The division with the Panthers, surprisingly, the Panthers have a shot to win the division still.
Yeah, and they have another young receiver that's playing really well, right? The Rams are going to have to worry about in Emeka Egbuka. So you're going to want to make sure you're, honed in on him next week. And then that run game also could be seeing Bucky Irving return versus the Rams. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Either way, Rachaad White, also a decent running back. So the Rams are going to have to face, again, another challenge, another good quarterback, another good receiver, and a decent running back.
Yeah, I'm not a Rachaad White guy. Maybe it's because he's not a good fantasy guy. I've just never been a big Rachaad White. I love Bucky Irving, but I'm not a big Rachaad White guy. I'm not as high on him. Manuel saying Sam Darnold 4 picks, Stafford 0. I agree. Deuce saying Rams number 1 in the NFC with the win. And then he also says Lions have to win to keep the Rams at number 1. Yes, they do. That should be a great game tonight as well. Starting up here within the hour. Chiefs Broncos 19-19. Broncos have the ball with a minute left. They're at their own 41-yard line. The Ravens did come back and beat the Browns 23-16. So now it's just Chiefs Broncos with a little under 2 minutes left. The Broncos have the ball in a tie game.
Yeah, very interesting games around the league. It's been an interesting week this week. I think all games have been a little wonky, honestly, all day long today.
Yeah, a lot of wonky games. You have someone throwing for 47 completions. Bryce Young has probably the best game of his life at any level. So, yeah, definitely a lot of interesting games. We have to cheer for Detroit, according to Rams 1. Yes, we do. We like Detroit. Detroit helped us, gave us Matthew Stafford. Our pick ended up giving him Jahmyr Gibbs. So, we like each other. It's a little win-win trade for both our organizations. Obviously, in a few weeks, Detroit's coming into SoFi, so we're not going to like him then. But besides that, we do root for Detroit.
Yeah,
a fumble. Wait, we have one more chat from Ken. A fumble at the 1 and 2 blocked field goals. There's a difference between 8-2 and 10-0 for the Rams. I more so think 9-1. The Niners game, the Rams just didn't play well, but the Eagles game, the Rams should have won. The Rams definitely should have won that game.
TD says Jared Goff, Jared Goff, Jared Goff. Yeah, I'm interested. I know a lot of fans have like mixed feelings for some reason. I don't hate him. I mean,
No, not at all.
You're able to have some good years there and took you to the Super Bowl. Obviously, you didn't get the job done. You trade for Stafford. He gets the job done for you, which is good. And I like Detroit. I like that they trusted him and kept him during some dark days for Detroit and everything. So I don't root against Detroit. I agree with you as well. Overall, though, I mean that's kind of all we have to say about this game. I think that was it was a good game. Rams did what they had to do, of course. Wonky kind of way to end it. Scary. Got your heart racing a little bit. Some people would say you should have lost that game. Well, guess what? You didn't. You didn't. And I think you deserve to win. It's just a matter of the offense not doing what they had to do in the fourth to try to put some points on the board. What I kept saying, all we need to do is put points on the board and run the clock, and they didn't do either in that fourth quarter. So that's kind of why you had it close. Okay, you learn from those and you move on. So Manuel says, I'm sure that I speak for everybody in the chat that we appreciate both of you guys' hard work and effort. We are Ramley. Appreciate you, Manuel.
Yes, again, appreciate you.
You've been really positive to us all season. And TD as well says, peace out, Ramley. Peace out, TD. Appreciate your support. Peace out, TD. The donation, the comments, the constant chat. We really appreciate you guys. Again, can't really state that enough. But we can call it a day from there, I think, Josh. Is that how you got any more thoughts you want to add?
No, I think we got it all.
Yeah, I agree. I think we did cover everything. We're obviously going to cover this game during the week. Get some more Rams videos out, daily Rams content. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. That way you don't miss any of our daily Rams videos. And then obviously our future live streams. We're going to try to live stream every single game. Next week could be tough for me. I might be out of town, so not might be. I will be out of town, so we'll figure that out with Josh during the week. But in the meantime, appreciate you guys' support. And thank you guys for joining. Go Rams, W, and we'll move on to the Bucks.
Yes, thank you again. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share the stream too. For some people, maybe they missed the game or they want new Rams content, or football content in general. Make sure to share the stream, share our channel if you know anyone who is interested.
Well, says you already know what time it is. Ghost of Yodi. Yeah, go have some fun. Enjoy that game. I'll play Ghost of Tsushima. When I get back, I'm probably going to work in about an hour. I'm going to work in about an hour or two. So work for a couple hours, come back, play some Ghost of Tsushima. So shout out to you, Manuel. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday nights. Rainy Sunday night out here. Stay safe if you guys are driving anywhere. That's going to do it for us on the Rams Digest. Appreciate your guys' support, and we'll see you guys hopefully next week.
Yes, see you soon. See you tomorrow, though, for a new video.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're out of here. Stream ended on YouTube.